Adom TV Belgium Jumadi eso yade nyum na ajeje wa baba ma bedru sabria yade kase no ebro ensema banado so ne obatie wo mu bi eni nkroma Memorial Park ya hyensodia kwa aba no nyade se yasesa no de enkrade na hyeho eno ne sembi na no pay yade bro sa Adom TV Belgium kase uko Facebook /Adom TV extra ye wo ho ko Gov't TV 119 channel a ubenya ye na DSTV channel year 280 ko YouTube search Adom TV tube na kwa AdomOnline.com nsemi eni nsembebre ewo ho mididi afia amankwa tamaklu afia ni die mientie nsem ni chemu ankasa Ghana Tourism Authority mpenifo se no kura bi animo sa Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park ho eye wezo ne akwaba no yi afri ho de nkrande ahye ho emu nsem ni
Adom News abepie mu ewo Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park na abeto dwa se eye kani oba ha ntoya na ebo ha eye akwaba wezo ana welcome no omasesa no ede obaken ahye anemo na obaken no eye welcome ewo nkran kasemo Ghana Tourism Authority sude inkrata ana statement abeto dwa se oba ha eye kani akwaba ni wezo no eno ana ebo na obake bia embo ha Adom News ye ba ha no sei ena ye hu no wen ena ama amanfo bebre na ka se empo wezo ni akwaba no no mo besesa adem mo no mo mfa obake no enka ho ema ni mini the same thing na mo omode obake no kwa ahye anemo midin di ni ahyedu Adom News
yantoso na mpanifo da waye kede atudwa September bosome no de toso du enso de na school placement no aye adwuma na ansana no beba so no schools ahodo no mu bi ewo hono mu a won sohwe no mpanifo akura mu kakra efise osusu se examination asekro no bobi ekoso ntisafo no ya fra wo mu aye toto wo no mo ano
Samara pese in terms na beya obia sabe oye innocent bia no etime release ya ma no so anya placement nti na ya to nsan afra wo mo nti omba be hia a committee of work na sa committee no so ekra scripts omuhu sa collusion na say copy no ewo mu no nti oba ye the script no to anim mpanyifo a edi wechi bai no omoso behu evidence eda ho eno ene ede bebisa wasam nti wuyi ano a fine obi wo ba so subject be na sure board so nyina ye copy ye obi so be ka cha so paper be no mo de brand se ye copy ye obi wo kra na owie ye no photocopied material ye de man no oja won answer booklet no nti ano ye de bebisa se na we wukonya afi hemfa nti ono oyi ano that is the basis ye de be take a decision yes e bia amanfo abwewura wa because omo ntia se bia ye de yansan atom results ya ne afra omo se wo mumra na ye ne omo eninkita ho
waye kempeni for kansi sudia sampa kronobo koso ewo wasin so hwe ya ekoso ntino head of public relations John Kabi ene Adom TV kase edin komoyi
ye call round no ye che invigilator ba ko na mobile phone a share ho nti ono ye de na ma police fo a omo ye nhwemu afen so other centers where kochiche nkrofobia na omo impersonators obi na register for the exams na ono ababetra ha o chro amasa nkrofo be 5 de ya che wo mo a ye de wo mo ama police fo afen so ye hu se achechre phone being so in some other areas ekura phones the tramphone anka no de money about na ya solve questions no e dia brenkola no examination center some other areas so nkla no do na ekura prepared notes anka san kitinkiti a de revision de wura exam ho na nka de kwa akọchre exam nti we ya nyoma nkitinkiti bia at least for now yehu se nkrofo ya eni se nka ye chachre for ye dika ka chro bia se obi ekura mobile phone bia no ye de no ebema Ghana Education Service for now omo take action because omo na sebi omo ye employing agency for teachers nti yebeka se achachre for no mo ye sade no obunyai because emwo bia emwo ankola no so omo dachin ene hianye pa nti omo ankola no nya independent work se na be ya obia enkofa enkonya grade bia undeserved na fe de kɔ n'anim a ɔde ba bɛha adwene wɔ kurom ha se de toso mienu nkola na wo motwe nsɔhɛ no nso no me de meka sɛ awofo entomba no fo sɛ wo mokɔ akɔtwe nsɔhɛ na mo fa bibia enkɔtwe
Enkramantami mo so for Linda Oklu de ato MMDC no anim wo ma wo mo na wo twemienu street light ni nyina won mo nhyehyɛ.
On our part, through engagement with the Ministry of Energy, I am pleased to announce that we have secured 3,000 street lights and every MMDA will receive 100 pieces. It doesn't mean that the fact that we are giving, you are not going to purchase. The assembly must also purchase some in order to make sure that all the streets within your district are what? Are lighted. Let me be clear. You have 2 weeks only to ensure that every single one of those lights is fixed. No excuses, no delays. I will personally monitor this directive and let me serve this notice. Any chief executive who fails to comply will be exposed and reported. If you cannot manage this basic task, then you have no business occupying that office.
Enkramantami mo so for Michael Papo Alote say enei solo circle bridge no hono mo no or de afesu obi ba betwa ho se be ya wo mo ededa ho dwun so gu ho ye niam bi ensem fata no ebebrase.
I don't know the last time that you passed by the place, but we have cleared all of them from there, and all the properties that they have there has been cleared. So very soon, within 2 to 3 weeks, we planning to fence the whole place. So you see some work down there. Thank you.
MC Awoga East Municipal Assembly Edmond Agbo and Sudin Semse Tuja.
And then part of the Kusu, all has been earmarked for immediate resource to be, for those roads to be put to shade by the urban roads. For the inner roads that fall under the municipal jurisdiction for reshaping and making them more travel, we are on course. We had some challenge with our DRIP equipment. That is what has caused the delay, but I'm hopeful. And I can see my regional coordinator out there. Beginning this September, you will see major action being taken on those roads.
Yemfri hona yemongra yensan foforo emo na sona ne ekona busia wo achim wanchi eyepoye mantemo ne MPP amanyukuo no de enafo aduanan ehye na eto ho kane akotia mrahye bedwane Ernest ya okumi enedai wo achim wanchi funeral grounds ho.
Yepese ye she ne nuane enu munyam ye be ye de friend of vigil ne aye candlelight procession of akrom ye wia na yasa so agina kroma kasa kakra e okrom ni na say yepese nkofo hu atete ene oye na NDC fo e de enua enes komi FM enes komi abranti a obon homodin of parliament na o nyansa bebre any nimde ultimate eboa parliamentary work and then the committees of serve one but atete inti do ebikwa no oba parliament na edema no oba parliament no pie kwa say yedni senior de asan edna piako inti no ye be bankofo ehun sansem wo nyina after the candlelight procession you be bia wia na for the a lot of outdoor campaign and then also house to house, and you may tell anytime I ever see a bread and say, Yamboa or Chna and the ADD no or Chna or Sewo and Kazakaza. That's a bread doctor Asumadu or Betrance na or not the share and any impeding for any Kumena any Sewo Funina and Betrance any Okranfo na ya DNA no about any 1 week near be. Begin say Ghana nyina be hawchra.
Kanema mpeni abedi eche Dr. Mahmoud Baumia de nkrata ko edi adanse se obetu franka ni bi ede ama MPP amanyuko.
even at the risk of mockery by our opponents. That is why I did not hesitate to concede the 2024 elections to preserve Ghana's peace. You can be sure that with Mahamudu Bawumia as flag bearer, I shall not hesitate to put my all on the line for the MPP and for Ghana as I have done before. I implore you to join me on this journey to rebuild our party and to reposition this great tradition to deliver for Ghanaians from 2028. I am committed to doing this with you, the grassroots of the party, supported by the mighty minority of 88 MPs. Let's win. Let's win together. Let's win with Bawumia.
Yatwan samno so na kanin so fo no so hwe nwumasua so Dr. Yawo Seduchum so edene nkrata no koya edi adanse so no so pese otu franka no ebia wono die susuo se kianeke won moto saba no wiya nkunimdie ebe ne dia
Dr. Aduchum ena edi MPP kwaji to me 2028 enti sabre mo boya mi atwansuo no yekodusuo na ja ye ne NDC begina Dr. Aduchum na nuswade hunti Dr. Aduchum na hobrasenti Dr. Aduchum na potenti Dr. Aduchum nyawa presenti Dr. Aduchum nyawa kanantina among Ghana Dr. Aduchum ever win 2028 December 7th.
General Manager Dema Akam Brands aye multimedia Jumekomo Abdullahi Awudo na nei yaboni dini Sir President Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association na we no obia mpre ho no ane so omukọ koso ne nsa 117th annual general meeting ase ekọ so okumase ene betodwe.
Number one thing I give a standing for is advocacy, fighting for the rights of broadcast organizations. And there's no compromise on it. Secondly, capacity building. When you give a food in command, it means a capacity building, no, because stations in your doors. It is a one shot training from how or may you sales so many cigar and my business near vulnerable. Any media organization are vulnerable, so be to me control you. Obi to me control you presenter, obi to me control the station, no. So this is brewer. This council, one thing I be focusing on is to make sure that we help our members to be viable and to look at how they can raise revenue from other sources. The executive council, the EBNSA be so your members and say into the digital world because that's where the world is going.
And which Adom Kasie and the vice president Edema Giba Ayura Thomas Eshon and Subon Common wade to one Enyambeka Giba Ekuno Enimuse.
Ebeshe Obibia war broadcast sector say this is the time to join an organization a Casamao. Sanse Uni Mebra Ubehia any kind of intervention. I think so. Ayana enyese yeah advocacy kwa and so a bread to brain we are futu edema ye member organizations kwan befa so be avoid a situation where, for example, licenses a revoke your license is answer when to an among be a neck as so to Sanyo Manina Wodom Kunwa Yashase.
Yenano Sonadum TV bedroom Cassiana had a brema quina yedse da semrenia da je awodema ye train yem wadaroma near father bonkratano any AdomOnline stories and twaso yakwaba. Nyami ye mane ene Friday. Nyam pato my volume. Share yes share August say ene say ene 29th. Yede radia say yada say. Bedroom jumede na de bro won nti ye shase 5:30. Ya bonwomwa kosi say 5:50. Yede news no e bro ye wie news a ye de obon krata ne AdomOnline stories no eto so ye wie ne sa pe na che say agudie mu nsem oba ne fie ye de health tips aye kasafa menstrual disorders no ebebe wiye na fia ho se pa ba asemi di campaigns mu ya so no nso se emu ho no ye nya interviews ba ko bieru bi nso ewom medi afia amankwa tamaklu enne mene kwaku arena de aka Benjamin or say nanaje asemini amemu akwabe
na abo so say jakwaku dia bag no
ampofo ade say mpese mbora brofu di ni na
na abo so say jakwaku dia bag no
mo bia so na bia bako de
oni me jakwaku dia ho asem no
ado mu kromo
debe
sa ne minim
jakwaku dia bi o
o eva
ko jisika dru na yeso be dru fia se kane fitwasia no nkola ndi obedika ba beje ne bag no na chese ode akwala ne twa so no na obedru fie no pie ya nkola ne jakwaku dia ni abere bi ofie so o ani kakra no kanse mu bia nkosia no ana papa ni gina ho ntimi ngura fie no because obi a mesia no so ade no so
ade na teko
ana ne bag kita no gina ho ye kasa boss se jakwaku dia bag ya e ho abakọ so na no pe ye mo ache e mo akwa baba Adom TV bedwam dwumadie so na afia ade na wo yi o maka baba wa bi wo TikTok se ye friend K3 ase bibisa anyum bi onim to na nyum ne bo no kasa film ebi na o ye no
o sa na me kasa film
o na wrong commentary bia
david anyum na me to pa mo nsa mo me de ba ma
PCS ta nyum ne mo de
ya mo de
papa
se no obi afena ni nkyere kwa me uje ho ai dia ye ne de se kwa me no ade no ho jim se me next one ye me
ai o true bia ma
patronyo
no no ade no waja atro na
da bi o de foforo kra ba
no aso di bia ba okay ba oboa gospel for
no gospel no see the next one who me man nyo nwa
ese we so betimi age artist of the year na
ye hwe
e wa America
edu ha ye be hwe
okay anapay
ba me enka almost radio for su 97.1 oruma so muchiche the bonkrate oruma fanti ora Afrida mo no adwuma ye for ye chiama no pay da mo asepa sa
anapay ma yenka manfo so se na watwi awie nyina no hyehye niam bebre enegumu enne ukọ eye achim wanjia NST akumi oye omrahye bedwane ofiri mu na ne no mudi ne na wotweda e wachim wanji ahead of eye abato beba so nyame adoma damna ebenada ya ena nyame adoma ochena ememene nso dade lumba Charles Kojo Fosu ye revered legend wato dwom agidin wiase amanse nyina ne na wotweda wochena ene ba so initially na eye University of Ghana Stadium but nananom a ewola unse ho nyina yo masanse so na meka say so no homo a odie no bano noise making and drumming no ejinam untimi ni lumba na wotweda abra onka se onka ntwene na wonye dede enti busuafo no ahyehye sise omo de call Blaster Square Independence Square nti eho ena sise lumba 1 week no beba so nti hyene nso na wankoto pa enwu dentrum na bia ba that time no beba kra na ye yapon so ti ase but Adom TV so di so na ade nyina beba nti bia wo bia across the world no obetuma rely on us say ye de eye transmission and say live telecast bebro no hunu de ekoso ho nyina nti adopay ya de bonkata
ye behwe mu na ya yem boss Abdullahi
Audu congrats we dey
you too
what's your party
na make say ni enyina ye because they say position abe so ne se hu dia munyina ye o de be ma woto abu nkwaso enim de otumi ye enim
ye what's your party
oh yeah oba
ye congratulations in what's your party
no say you can what am na
say anopemi ba cleaners ne engineers security obi ani age say abu position there also di me bidie ntino Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association omo president what I say
Adom brands
we GBCC nchen central adwumakuo bi aka bi ya ankrankre dia ankrankre en central adwumakuo ni nyina the president ene Abdullahi Audu
ya yem boss
so what I say
me see yenyina ye
o afia nka say the positions no ba na eba say ukọ Kumasi a eye Asante regional GJ president so eye Kofi Edudomfe
nti ono so
oh manso no say first one obi ti ababa wan ba ko ba ne so ntiase no mko tu bi obi ti ni nsia yeah
wajide ni so
say yema ba ko na kasa o pa be ma edu
ayikura bo bube nan de na yema wo ho anu ani a ho abo
yema ohene no ani a henkwa kra bo
bo tinka accept the one no who say okono me ko pa se wa kodi nsia go
na na bere wa kan no kre isusua no ye ade na so ntia se ye yes na bere wa kan no kre wa kan no kre ti Kofi Edudom fe wo so ye ma otiri nkwa nti se GJ na Asante Mantem no che se multimedia ya e na Giba so multimedia ya ye be na ya gine ma bi aka ho na che se ya 70 ya
ani me na ya tie fo so so ma ya de na o chu se ya na ya no mo adididi nkomo ani ade nti yeda mo asepa na o chu mu nyina mo kan ye ho am ya bedru be be yedru nti entie de obon krata na bre no be mu a wada wo ma na bia homa no na eja also the headline aba hu
afia ayiriyo MPP flag bearer race no anu aye tene but so far ni penum officially omo tintim omo din
date na end yo
oh yes for now there bibia esi honorable Francis Adanimo kafra ne mame afrim ne mame afrim over the weekend na watwe ne ho ubu nkonta na no ohye
sa ono ba so abetwera dada
obia wa wura mu bia no na chese wo bema unim se utua 100,000 digit forms na eno filing utua 500,000 na 600,000 can 6 billion ansa na watua 4 million Ghana cedis a development fee at the party 4 million Ghana cedis 40 billion kanisika no etu kan nyina abomu eno mo nipa num ya filing obi etua 46 billion euro akomenege Japan Yura your friend is saying Canada Japan Brian Champon Dr. Baumia and Dr. Edutrum will be to 46 billion
and that's what my
4.6 million Ghana cedis. Party is what the car no crano any musin pa 9 beba
as home then
Gov't and in them Kumasi got for na you're doing the most action home. You're
refundable now, so when ya
can it be anyone more? A good party some of me as I know.
Wow.
Daily Guide or see we will restore sacked workers. Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Baumia anyway aba enra or tintim nkrate we and also the party for kasa. Na party for nkasa yen krom no kasa no so issue aba ho.
Ade. Asana no de any exceptional business.
Yeah. You reckon Japan say the party nyoma any party akade and the man enra say onfa. Nti eno ho asema start banti I am can do candidate Dr. Edutrum.
Jini 2. Eno asema tie no.
We need to come na dwemu do no wabobra so nse politics no eto da bia so one pusu no antene kankan I think say so nya da je ne Ghana for din komo a is one exceptional candidate bia Dr. Edutrum and no impress me papa won komo a me ne no say eno na me ho afo hu sa afo
oh yeah
Usa
from series apampa mu nyira besi from
Mama target single digit inflation I don't know ever ha inflation figures no look very good but could just so
serious
minim how government be na ya reconcile sa no because dollar yi etiba for me na ye hwe ni mu senke ye be fili ade no no ya nte ho bonya na ase de ese pagain and inflation so figures be akwa kudui and a president target single dignity controlling accountant general department or staff fired over payroll fraud and ja and wasam and so yanko diligence na Mahama Trust NDC race open a far and someone and to just 2028 uncontested election into safe no budget to sikasemo bibi obehe say edem intact okoka say we were Singapore amanfo say yasema waka die bo ba ko na die kum no ma mi ni waka die ne mum say de na amanfo bi adwen o montanta say obekọ eye tetem no enye sa na tie ye waka 5 for 2028 MPP presidential ticket don't gamble with fresh face Dr. Baumia na kasa osema wanya fe na betoto nte bi di agro aba akoto pa bia na ebedwa kire no pasa ono see see obi o prepared pass will be the president or from 2008 and we jina as running mate and oba bi jina year 2024 proper nti experience bi e wa batom bia wanya akomu koto akodi adanse nyina
what you say 2012
what you say be the vice president now the vice na dia na say ade nankasa no aben anything can happen
yes.
What you say yen friend so na de bonkrata say fufura be famu na say making kan mu ache the overseer no ne ade nyina na yen fa daily guidance ya na breeding team daily graphic was a partnership key in affordable housing delivery developers na ekasa say we na we president Magrida Yura James Lindsay na eka say ye be hia partnership ya den say obe ye problem kese pa fia say ye si adan so man na kasa kwai na hwe so si adan no ya kwan a ka problem ne mu be 60% asolve hwe krono amanfo bo no aban nwumam ewudi aye die omo eku omo nsa so omo abapo no nya sika na de no de koye kwa kusidan ye bi odi tibeto ko ye fa ne say o membu ansidan a o bra babroni gina ni oni tipaye bia so besidan etikakraba ne botom a wayi bi no ko holidays wo sika ye say na dia ko holidays wo nsidan ko holidays na say adwe papa ni utirim sa na ya de ba ni kwase nkasa na ye etis ye si adan pa sempa ayi abrosan si ho no a ukọ eye Amsterdam no ne Germany ni ade abrosa ba kusi ho wo na household nipa be 600
na omutimo
one ne yire ne ma nyina ne gum
atra affordable so nya affordable
ai
tinka ba na si dan a ne se to me brei kanya de so sukuu ni a wawie university wo brei because enra na me ne we kasa ye kasa fa dan han ho
anya sem papa o
1 year obi tua 40,000 if you run nyina o
oje
na me busasa na akatua ne yesai
so pe baby papa bi a obetena na waso mu adwo
and no crowd on the ojo 40,000 a year no and we be a single room self contained bill enye easy hey ya na misu
me yonko bi wo America na wasi 2 bedroom flats e wo Ashoman na oyese me mehwe na eja infantu dwa na nkofo epedi na me kohwe oh nice place na we na bizanse na say osi we ba ko de month 5,000 ba ko de 8,000
na wa akatua say na ade month 5,000
wo ha no afro na onyu bia na me say
onya
bia
5,000 boso me
besi ne nyina still me nya
onya mpo enye so obi mpo
because me de badwuma yi mu a hwan na ekoje
hwan na hia na wo beje 5 boso me 5,000 onya nti enna no containers no
a camera for no bu yefu
oh ne bu befu na 5,000 boso me de
enye nukwa so ma bufu say onka se chinchina beje
oh sani asemka onya nko pe
yewe kunu yanim ni amana mu nti
enna
obetimi dia jefia eda no so wo bia wo beba beje dia
5,000 boso me onte so yes e be so down so ni panty mu come but it's better
kitchen nyina bibia come afiti bibia
na boarding ti na containers no afa omutu ya 50 cedis ya ken o see ya mra na ka 2 minutes pe ti ya fa AdomOnline.com dia no twaso aha nti ni nyina no yan boss Abdullahi Awudua ene ya boni din se giba president na ho ensam so
Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association yeah
and 2 years no so free one ma said na said 2 dwa no lumba jumtuni ya wonya ne ba bie crank ye di no 1 week e wo Lagos Sports Stadium no so say ye dey aba Independence Square
ba bia vigil no omo e ba vigil ni bi no yeah Independence Square bia ye match no
ho e no china ya me ya
ma 1 week no e ba so na ye nka manfo se wo china ne na wo twe so na dada kedi so yi so ba so dada kedi no ne de no what's your pebusianfo ne omu di mu nkomo kakra sanse omu ye magyen so omu ye memene da no wa ha na kwasiada omu de akoni kuma na sama say so de make say in September no until say be Asante man obi antimi nye ye nto aso no ba bi kro so omu de ko no what's ye di hu nkomo na ye hwe dada kedi so na mane pa
ohuna mane ya ne ba ko no ankasa omu sa tu sheda enye hwe omu nim de nti ekoba ne santi ni nyina so ye de no bebra mo no ye AdomOnline.com Sunni Ghanaians are yearning for me to lead the country. When ni Dr. Ose Dichum Owadwen Papa una sabeye. Into AdomOnline.com and rawo ben big agenda so penny by ebe kasai. Asante Mantemu so anti-galamsey task force and so SCZ3 excavators within a week. Yes, CZ. Ekusi say. Menye careful asama kwaku amadi
ya nkasa no yenye serious as a country say be koza dey we excavators na be kroma yesizi be he fa ne fa ba
no
see fa hin eba enye road contractor bi enye civil engineer bi ena akra excavator say ode ba aba isi dan a hwan ne kraba etini pa na wakra ne etimi misa ne se de ade na ade ba be ya ansa na ya ma ma de ba
na abeto ho nti ye hwe de be kwa akosi kwaku adom fancy ha
fancy na say game boys no inquisitor so nim game boys
sakaba
say no yuku cars ni ade nti say de uba ne Shaxi on fem pie no wa be
no wa be no and one money na ho
game boys I am obododo
and they were driving across bad
yeah the best here and there was special guest e would make here so you were afraid of Pare
Pensemuno
I know a bit come from Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia and the Campunti state yeah me man or is one ma or to me yeah
oh yeah juma pa nti ye kwaba na agudie mu nsam sika osika beba me so na Friday twa na utwa nko a obedi se be ya de behwe weekend no star 281 hash option here 4 star 281 hash option no 4 ewia health tips so ye tie bi menstrual disorder unu menopause so se boya ye bibia won so a wonyem wa won enye exclusive hadwe
yeah papa si aprade no wada nti si papa si apra wada
dia I win fa
ho
ba so wo ma so nim za anti e dey fa ho
timi nko kan kire wo
sa
okay
because you de bia no bi wo ho a wo tie ti wo a wati ti wo hwa ukwas last na fia di nkomo we ne en follow up ti health de e fa ye nyina ye ho anti no we ba de adwuma no wote ase ne baba you wotete no anti wiki mu nyina kra ne te ho no wo hwe
to in charge of menstrual issues man
ba in charge but or the ba ni shame
okay
o shasa na wabu ne nsa no e wo so wote ne ma ase wati ase ti na se mo ani na ho ne ja se kan na wo to fa ha ti ye ko agudie mo nsam eto aso ye da se
Right, fantastic morning. Mraso ya good evening sana to aso say bedwuma can see some to aso. And I thank God it's Friday. Mraso and some dia na bebre la ya ko weekend mu se na kese twetwe ho ba na ya kan say so na wo hye ne so ma me say sika na wo dia gu botom sa na kese Friday. And na say tena se kakra. Ti wo betena se kakra. Oh, wo betimi de bibi kakra be ma busuafo a na 1000 Ghana cedis na me de chew no star 281 hash select Adom TV na ama kakra dia gu botom star 281 hash Adom TV kakra gu botom ni pansare human being resemble nothing. It is a 1,000 here be boa pa no pay me show. Now obo star 281 hash be say ahina wo twa na say ahina wo twa kwa obo Adom TV. Obo Adom TV I know the 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90 100 no dey agum na kwambia so we discard dey go botomo live and then Adom TV so. Ya bande ne aba yentin sikwan ne na yenko Franco Train Enterprise phone papa fee kan one open ne some no ebrewo phone. Correct one. Original. Franco. Now, appliance and so papa no Franco. Me dem number ba to dwade ama on sana makọ tita muchuku kura no pa yaba pade bo twa me producer kidwa na kasa ne Erica sie dubari and early on what work with the stars say they ho and somewhere brew on the 13th of September you know you show the forecourt of multimedia na kwambia so ya start ya nante enya sam keto akra nti mo you know you share or the forecourt of multimedia now ya kan sa no yenko yanim na ya sha sem fanfie no UEFA Champions League draw e ba so and fee next year you know Budapest na ya both that final. Now, you show how the big boys are paired against the others. And so, City, yes, Barca, Bayern, Benfica, Atlanta, Ajax, Napoli, Pafos, and Karabakh, Chelsea. One more matches on Bebonier. So Chelsea against Karabakh, against Pafos, against Napoli, against Ajax, against Atlanta, against Benfica, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona. We any Chelsea dia and SCT. So these are some nice games there. But Chelsea, Barca, very nice game. Barca so the Barca will play against Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Frankfurt, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Praha, Copenhagen, and then Newcastle. Newcastle for many Barca. Bing so cool. Okay. Where Barca fixtures now Inter Milan on Liverpool, Dortmund, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, and of course on Prague, Blavia Prague. Now for Ajax Union St. Galois, and I think so no karate for no mobile in chain Inter Milan games or the Bepim so no Sunday American Bob Ame Bob Idian Arsenal so show na Tottenham, Dortmund on Paris Saint-Germain, Villarreal, Frankfurt, Slavia Praha, Bodo Glimt for Copenhagen, and then Monaco where Tottenham fixtures and so and no now Yaka Tottenham we no Atletico Madrid ne Inter on Liverpool, Frankfurt, Arsenal, Bodo Glimt, PSV, Union St. Galois, and then of course Galatasaray, Atletico Madrid fixtures so and of course you create him go The other ones are Juve will play against Dortmund, Real Madrid, Benfica, Villarreal, Sporting CP, Bodo Glimt, Pafos, Monaco, Juventus fixtures near now. The other fixtures over pass. So these are Arsenal. Arsenal will play against Bayern Munich and Inter. Those 2 games are not bad, pardon, of course. Bilbao against Arsenal, the new entrance, Karat Amati, also Slavia Praha, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Atletico de Madrid. Arsenal fixtures also, and on the first game will be against Bayern at home. Now, Dortmund, and so Man City, then they will first game at home, then they'll play against Real Madrid. Man City, Real Madrid, Benfica, Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Bodo Glimt, Galatasaray, Monaco, Man City fixtures, and so and no now Yankoi, now how the others Paris Saint-Germain, any Bayern Munich bebo, on a Barca bebo, on a Atlanta bebo, on a Leverkusen bebo, on a Tottenham Hotspur bebo, on a Sporting CP, on a Newcastle, on a Athletic Club Bilbao. Champions League are feeding a very, very mouth-watering fixture be a very, very interesting. Young Barca fixtures in Barca against PSG, Barca against Chelsea, Barca against Frankfurt, Barca against Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Praha, Copenhagen, Newcastle United. Into way Barca fixtures, Liverpool, Bebo against Real Madrid. Wow. Bebo against Inter Milan, against Atletico Madrid. I know the Madrid derby, Frankfurt, PSV, Marseille, Karabakh, Gagban, Galatasaray, Liverpool fixtures near. Now if you Liverpool, I'll call Barcelona. Now this is Chelsea. They came Chelsea the other. And so we need to see it here. Real Madrid will play against Man City, Liverpool, and Madrid fixtures now there. On the Man City, on the Liverpool, on the Juve, Bebo. On a Benfica, Marseille, Olympiacos, Monaco, Karat Amati. That is Real Madrid for you. Wow. I don't know. I bet you pal. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Club Brugge, Arsenal, Sporting CP, PSV Union Saint-Galois, and then Pafos. Also a new entrance. Some be PMO or the Champions League more and T-shirt and so Mami on the 16th of September. That is Tuesday, and I can be so no bus 3 days after you walk with the stars. No, the first games of the UEFA Champions League Basso and ultimately say yes, last round of games Basso the 28th of January 2026. In so AC at Budapest and a final. So now, hey, and Bobo Shan Libya third place was Sudan and Senegal. Now, no Madagascar and Morocco watching about here. Third place game Sudan and Senegal. No, Sanya Ehonsam and Sobesiako and yes, Tenene Basso Sudan versus Senegal. Kwasiapia has the opportunity, so we need bronze. And that's a third place in the ongoing Chan tournament. Omone Senegal, Nebona, Madagascar, and Morocco, and so at the Apple and one summer. Star 281 hash, select Adom TV, my Mosca, and Fangutum Star 281 hash, Adom TV, Hona Mediscano. Chewa and Asam Kotoko Krana, Yakopium, what the Democracy Cup, a Basso on the 5th of September. And House of Oak head coach Didi Dramani, the same credit to Frere House of Oak fancy now. Samuma Meshe Stadium. Now that game against Olympics on the 5th, 6 p.m. Montetiba Bianse, Babian Chipa, or the Accra Sports Stadium. And it is rather the University of Ghana Stadium. Mepachoshan University of Ghana Stadium na the Democracy Cup no Basso. Yanko the coach of House of Oak in Nkomo.
Ghana is noted to be the pinnacle of democracy, and in view of this, if our honorable Speaker of Parliament have instituted an event of this kind, and this is the second edition of it, I think that it is everyone's responsibility to use football as a unifying factor to fill up to the stadia on the 5th of September at the stadium of Legon. The vicinity is so close. It gives you the right place to be. I think that there wouldn't have been any other aspect that we would support in terms of unifying the entire country. But the name put behind this trophy is so significant. As I said earlier, Ghana is noted to be the pinnacle of democracy in Africa and beyond. And so we are glad that the Honorable Speaker has chosen House of Folk and Accra Great Olympics to contest for this all-important event on the 5th. Come in your numbers in different parts of Accra and then beyond. I know how our support base moving from Tamale, Kumasi, Takoradi, and other environs to support House of Folk.
Wow, I know next time Coach G Dramani here to a ground a 5th Basso House of Folk versus Great Olympics. Now, House of Folk with some no can be so no na already a cost House of Folk for Betwaba. I'm the can't to region the and tell and can buy a supporters now, but more about why I ability supporters now. Sunny air calling by a seen in the alcohol so far. I bet nego boymo.
Accra House of Folk NCC echitafo a ewo enkran akwakoto aba de obeye twetwere ni ediama House of Folk boboku no Abdul Rashid Shado sanso na chairman no atokwa amena amoa na bedi echire Fusen Moro de obafrefre dom ama House of Folk ewo enkran ha Salifu Osman na bedi echire Sofia Nana Ajwa Mimi de obekasa ama House of Folk ewo enkran ha no Abed Litrot Junior en edi enkunim na bra dwumadie no eba na wiye no Elvis Hesi Herman oda House of Folk echitafo ni na no edi afutuo ama empenufo mienu a omubegina se ne paako ebedi na de John Vanderpoy na afenso Abdullah Yusuf
Bama no so mbedi ma de no asemba akopɛ na meka chesa ne pa no ejuma we team papa. In fact we are supporters chairman for Accra House of Folk to me no team po say we are board chairman of the club because you don't buy the players, you don't appoint the technical team. Who the end of mobilize supporters? Nemo ye lose match bia supporters chairman e boni di first. Entino edi nemo no ye di mpaibo ebeto omuchi ye be bom pa so say ye elect omo a omo hwe omuchi na omo nya any of our experience they should come. We advise them and we also support them behind the scenes, but ejuma no ma be fa to omo so ni de say me catch them say emre na me boa enye mre ba ku say there are times we may lose matches and the supporters will come after them, so they should get prepared, and especially omo psychologically tough and mentally tough, because to be the chairman of Accra House of Folk NCC no say when you mentally tougher and as a psychologically ready.
September bosuminya ede enumi ne de tosu ensia na batwa kese na nkasa paso.
Wow, I better bet negwase. So Greater Accra, we share the other regions. Nebesia called, and of course, I had a national Besia call. And Tianuna, the NCC chairman, I don't know, if you saw more before Frabano, 824, said Jumane Dinty, wow, Bane, so show Sapomunsu, and Sana, what to me, Abidjan, I saw about Jumane Adia, but ya can say, and Coco, so, and she has some supporters, no so elections on some city.
Kumasi Krobia Asante Kotoko no akwa kwoto aba eyi. Tekro se nei ye na census no eye dwomtireni. Endura abatwa no ekoso wo aba efrokwan so na ye to aba ne wie no Solomon Ofosuware enya 2052 odi ko oha enchichem na eye 80%. Sanso na Benjamin Obin Sechere enya 499 oha enchichem no 20%. Enipa na nkese o musafata so meto aba no 9604 na yeto aba ni na wie no nipa 2551 enetumi eto aba no enu tinu Solomon Ofosuware enna Kotoko census abato a ekoso no odi nkunim na odi nsem etodwa wa bra nkunimdie no epaye
yato aba mame se beda ekitafo nyina ni enye post bi ayosum it sabe ayato abawi do to aba na mame do anto aba mame ye na o support me ye na on support me
Nana Pinkra and IMC chairman Akasa Afa Abatwa ekoso no ehu.
Yeah. And I was say, yeah, and that was. Yeah, Pastor Moji Manino, obi kwa obi
ne kwakra no wabra abatoa no ekoso no Penyaman Obin Sechere no ne Solomon Ofosuware ejina no de enkrata tintin eba se nei kwanya abatoa no efaso ekoso no ne bo endweso kra enu nti no watwe no ho afiri abatoa no mu.
Wow, see, Korokwa catch the course on a chin semina na obi se on tiasie the opponent say who's an election e kono su yeri ade dey na dey be more chere on send bebro live channel so star 281 select Adom TV na fa kakra gusu na menchos kan fangu boto me bia ni go sa catch ne ye kwansa na yakopi mu akohwe dame ho komo kakra na wo coach Premtobre Manso what in some kakra to dwa as Kumasa Asante Kotoko champion of champions e baso kwasi da no the team na ready ka channel so say the winning FA Cup no and the winning league no e de boni asana ya she new season as say na champions of champions no Basso Dance Park this weekend. Dance Park, I want to be being a ghost house bomb boy. Be sending on fair near the other, but I want to share any read that a Basso the day. Coach Premtobre Manso.
The fact that Kotoko didn't have a good top four tournament doesn't mean the team is not good. No, not at all. Kotoko, yes, they might have some problems, but then I still think they are a very strong side. So playing against Kotoko in the champion of champions, yes, it's still going to be difficult. But then we are playing at home. I think for the first time that we'll be hosting that tournament in Mebieni. So we also try and then take advantage of our home grounds and then try and then win the champion of champions.
Right, and so when only the Etoja, I don't some so bro and ano pay our the champions of champions Barcelona. Yeah, how you go live commentary on Adom FM Asante FM Tiana WTB Bibiani goes as Asante Kotoko now in the top 4 fat Bibiani Kotoko we interesting in the champions of champions Kotoko between me IABB will more alive when to share to sa FA Mamena can dame on some very soon they start on Adom TV so and ye page dame mu. Yeah, madame and a facelift. Yeah, mano light kakra. Use Adom TV so ade Nigeria ni ase no. Yeah, jiwe so agire ni ase dame tournament across Ghana at the champion. Oh, dim dame topa. No matter where you are, the ben channel so sa for my and Wafu Zombie tournament the police ladies bomb said third game against Asco. The BPMB as the bro. Police ladies mun komanim mun kote Ghana ni mo malusu ba ko na mo wini ba ko tie how this one goes. Now mama ma usika fangu botomo but me ma be 2 minutes bi enum no for kakra ka ho. Me be bo number bi na fe oh yeah start tweet one hash select Adom TV na first kakra gum mama sisia na me mauska en Franco fie Franco Trading Enterprise phone papa fie Franco 055 593 9311 055 593 9311 and then 024 642 2338 Franco numbers no from nane Franco enisa also na phone. And of course, our plans. My nature second be also me Moscar on 1,000 Friday. Thank God it's Friday. 1,000 baby Google to my. You know what time it is. I bet my name be brave. I'm in Cheska. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I did Misicano. Mini Womasu. Panyai. 0240-723 something. 0240-723 something as soon a pick up and Asante Kotoko ti ehwa samara na straight to no Ghanaian water penny for me chairman na pay Mr. Samuel Dudunu of Ghanaian water matemo ho dance die no na me di nipa na dance die no die na me de besande mu ko nra me ba adwuma obi ba ha be kan na no mo sam so atese me bo Ghanaian water na ehwa dance die bebre we say ayensu but enyensu Ghanaian water fantastic now your channel workers now Mr. Samuel Dudunu the Ashanti region and across Ghana Ghanaian water mo bojuma pa man for anom something yes near my cost pa insu mu gwa hodo Ghanaian water and papa na yechama na no pa Mr. Samuel Dudunu yamane we fish with nkwa papa nya Asante Kotoko yes I'm saying anopai me win no be kasa sisia my name is Rina Nonkasana Afi Yanyana. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Aha, na abetom.
Good morning. Abetom.
Wow. Na utwa
beto me cha 100 cedis.
Director Pacho, me kola no. Me kola nka.
Me cha 100 cedis.
Asana moya ma mete ba ko na ma mete bi mu. 100 cedis.
Patane.
Good. And 100 cedis now what the 1,000 Ghana cedis. Hey.
Patane.
Aha. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, first time I would be ni.
Patane.
Hey. And you yeah. Once I don't know anyaza no libilibi no labalaba.
Oh, and no prepare.
Fantastic. Et you trouble mu ana utwa short.
Me channel short 555.
Hey! Wow. Now, Ceciano, 1,000 abeto me wo de yeden.
Oh, we patrol me yare me de ko kocho.
Oh, we na ola ka shine. Be this card ya go bottom ti 1,000 abai ye be another one we tima san de bi. Se sika san ya.
Patrol me de ko kocho me yare.
Oh, why are there? Patrol ho. Oh, here na Adom TV. Kumasi. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Say, who don't want Jimu? Why? Yeah. Get us. Who heard TV now? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, who said Kumasi? Yeah, that's so don't want Jim. Cause so I Adom TV. Na cause so I found Jessica Sikanimo. Fantastic. Get us. Pay we no and with me who no live. Anya sab get to Accra. Me dey at the Kejuana Agokansie Kasi do body Franco Trade Enterprise. Ke one opena. At the seminar at the by Padibu Tremi producer Kejuana Agokansie Eric Kasi do body. Right. Yasamba bi na me ko manya ko be ten kwanche here. Yes, the host of Dame is here. Kwame Obade in the breeding.
What do you say?
My goodness. Now Dame na mama we hear something. You say arrangement is saying cry. Arrangement. You say enhye na me menya de wo menya.
Okay, na de tie say edi ka catch am for say Dame ebrom wo Adom TV. Say de onim Dame eduma agro bi e di ache. King Solomon nyina be di ye. Abraham nyina edi bi. Etia so eguso ayedi. Na de ye ne say the whole Ghana ya zoning into 3.
Okay.
It's your Greater Accra, Western region, and Ashanti region.
Okay.
Now, your chassis every Greater Accra. It will be a dinner who is holding damage to be ano, a quenya in say, Odo Hoba Jim, now what to damage. Yaji, and you know, now Adriane, and no more so a good
body.
That's a BBA, a cost of a check
me and sir. And here, Kono, Kakra,
you 12. And I said, do me, oh, region be okay. Yes, when I swam and I come, you pet. Now you're champions of the region. Yamoba.
Okay.
We are near Western. So I want to say,
you mama be started competition proper.
Okay. Now you are in channel. Now you are swan say that me. Wow. I have seen you see me and I chassis. Now when you are umpunya, I have mama for say baso. Eti o mo follow social media platforms ni nyina na mo hwe Adom TV ni adom nyina no obi a emre so exam ye de number ne to dapa na won so wafre na so uji hu dia me pa chaw uye obi a unim kwakwate unim se ne etwa fidie bia emfa ho magim sa se
na ke se wo pia sa me say the light have to damage so se damage so am tete kwakwanu bia se na mo ye de mo jame say the different level
the ne enim ne say we adesua bebre ne wom mathematics wom English wom science wom
yes calculation
bibia e was board we so I disua de bebre enti ye ntontwene sa Adom TV say yama ne nsai enti dame ne eba e obi bia de ne ho agim ne yetime duduma ne kama enti September yi na ye hyase
wow
enti obi afa ne ho nyim na obi abeto dame ne bi de tia ne say wo wonim tokra no be ba spectator ya ne say stadium sa omo wo finifini e ne nipa no wo set up na very kama
ke ben ne say stadium sa ntiko fogu nje
untimi ko twa akaba no be to aso ahwe bi na eno ho asem no wodi 80 years nko ade a utim be pia bi yese nkola de onko ye homework na before enya da de
homework but omenya bia hwe Adom TV so no
so say be TV so live and color
yes
live and color
so Adom TV ja de ye ni ase ye ni ye and say na Kwame aka no Kwame ene the host of Dame coming up live on Adom TV very, very soon. Until time to crowd in the bed, the papa, and some get to make a shopping, Miss Chris. Because you see, I come here, or a pass, or something. We doesn't appear to and some you're doing it. Yeah, Obi Obey say, yeah, just on Yadi. So, what a tap. Now, when you become one of who's devoid of employers, and to make Tizi Kakaba and for Chadia Debbie. Okay, because I have for some better to be. I'm is coming live. It's one summer and you're probably way. I want it here. Yeah, Popa crowd won't send here. I want some city empire. Yes, that is the man Kwame Body. Many Cage one and Casa, Erica Seed, because I had Adom TV.
Yada say ya mo kwa ben so Adom TV bedroom so na uhwe health tips no ene ye de bro free Jordan na ya hyase e de aba bedru enne ye nkasa ni gina menstrual disorder ehun yesua de bebre ene fie ye de wie fasidama endpoint homeopathic clinic yet won so na ya sorry fa pomodin Mr. Obura ho Dr. Duboate wo mrani adaje wo patient ni nyina ho wo frɛ no obejo so ene de ye wie ye nkomoni ahwe treatment se me wo sa condition no emo abai kwan be na be fa so a e be twa ma me ho atome dog ye na se emo akwaba pa ne fi o se ye treatment
ene ye be treatment of menstrual disorder now before be the treatment of menstrual disorder na obi ho na ene the first time a otie ene nti ye ka ni nyina ne se ye se menstrual disorder no ye hawa ema e go through obu ha before the menses beba obu ha during the time the menses ne ba na ana obu okwa na after the menses ensu e hawa kale de brema emotionally mentally e de brema ana socially kula no hawa o mu go through no and then you become menstrual disorder the kind of menstrual disorders now me categorize under 4 headings me say obi e become amenorrhea amenorrhea e oba onya ne menses obi ho abosome nsia abosome miensa emfie be mienu na oba no omu ni nsa wono so awonyem ekoba sa no ese wonya medical condition efe nsa amenorrhea de obi e be kan se menorrhagia e ka menorrhagia na oba wonya ne menses ya moja etu no profusely clot ni namu na moja ni timi tu oba ne sa anaso obi wo mpokura no moja na e ba moja ni hoya kete scanty obi moja na so ba ne de en tuntun obi so de eso ba irregularly bosome ba ko obi timinya menses be se mienu ni nyina no eye medical condition eye menstrual disorders ni bia obi so ho a ye fe be dysmenorrhea so ba wo nya ne menses ya how yawo wo go through abdominal cramps na ya sitim to tun fa na funu mamu fa na to ase eno nti oba bi wo a oye ne menses na de ya jase ontimi ko ba bia eti so oye aba adwuma such a person no menses ni nti obi yayi obi adi eno no ye hawo eni obi e be kan say premenstrual syndrome you can say premenstrual syndrome no e before the menses no hawo ma bebiri go through eni bi ni ne say eni e kan say obi wa na fuye kapu obi ha na nsoanso gugugu no rashes gugu no obi ha bones and yamutimitim obi timinya running stool obi wo ha chese otimi enya wo ha bebre ansa na menses ne beba obi moje enso timi gu no ne nyina no ye premenstrual syndrome ye se ne nyina no eye hawa ema go to a friend say ye bon tofa ye beka say menstrual disorder ne ye se no ma bebre so na timi de sa de ne ba obu wa na ye hormonal conditions obu wa ovarian cyst obu wa ye fe ya de be fe say PCOS polycystic ovarian syndrome obu wa na ye fibroid obu wa na nsu na je na wodie nim endometritis obi wa na infection wanya na akofa be be fe say PID pelvic inflammatory diseases obi akonya ovarian cyst obi wa enti gwemu nyina no ya de wo na sa no ma we nyina ekoso a ye se complications e wo mu se be ma sa oba no awo ho ayeden ama no obi menses ya manti obi akonya cardiovascular conditions eye akomayade pressure na wonko ne ba obi bone ekura na sase se ye weak the jonku nyina sase se eye ne ya obi a wonya menstrual disorders no ade ba ko esa kofa brand ne se itimi de miscarriages eba obi timi konya ectopic pregnancy so ho nsu abegina wodie nim ene wonko ne ba awodi ni masase sesisi etimi kofa bibia ectopic pregnancy etimi kofa breast aoba obu okwa nyinsi no so kwa makora infertility enti ya ade e bokoko se obetimi nya awo ho e problem obi moje etu obi bebre ni enti obi timi nya anemic obi wa busumi bia obewie ne men's bia just onom mojaduro na ekwan be ne be fa so ebetuma treat saade ya ekwan e fa so ebetuma treat ne say we need to find out at the cropping a this premenstrual disorder neba nti am point
e menstrual disorder neba
yes menstrual disorder se neba the am person say am point the kan nyina ne yade bia ha obia no you need to do a check hunu at the crop this how ne ba nsa na benum aduru nti sa oba na oba ye na lab and scan ye lab no a ye check infections ni a check bibia fa say hormonal conditions ya check hormones no progesterone estrogen hypothalamus ne sa no nyina a check ya say e balance na ewia ya check wo structure ya check wo wode animu nyina nti a check ya say fibroid ho cyst bi na wo ana PCOS bi na wo ana awode ne nsuo gina mu ana ye hwɛ saa de nyina ewia ni ehunu adekora de saa menstrual disorder neba ni etima ma ho aduru na endpoint ye saa de nyina scan no in free lab na ye 300 Ghana cedis ye wo branches bebre bi okuma se takra de techiman akra freme na mere ni ntime ma wo ba bi ye wo na hawa yade hawa menka wansem no woni mi discuss ni ebetima hwe so a ene so yahwe etimi aboa number no ye 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68
Yada Dr. Edward Yase papa na wotwi moni esua de bebre mesro ye de ma we fawo na wo consulting room ebeju sika ye de ama fa na number no nesa frɛ no na apart from the aka ho asɛm ya we bia ha wo ye doctor nti obeboa next week nkwa hoden e wo kwa ye be se hia na no so another topic ye de hu nkomo me de afia amankwa tamaklo ye da se bia mi asamo akwa abado Adom TV bedwam dwumade so omre no wadaje awde amayenti ye da se papa pa na masada mwasibium fi se health tips no moma no ye fedodo mo fe ni agro nyame hira mo pa se we ye first time enne na wo chance on it ya hye so se Monday to Friday 5 minutes yenche yedi nkomo wa pomudin mo ye fa topic back for the week we are breaking it down so 5 minutes for every day se bedu Friday de dey se wa follow from Jordan no wenya emfaso na pa tisha no so nyame Adom next week e de foforo be na ato aso dwumade ne yetime de ba e endpoint homeopathic clinic na daroma it won so na ma sorry this one tia pomudin o abetu ato nyame shira endpoint pa ti free prostate scanning e koso prostate scanning e koso Edmond ene Thomas men camera guys unko check you Weber Mark what check you there no God doctor say mu use machine no a eboa prostate ni ntini omo nko check kra no wo mu use ofirafia ho no kwa adwa ho no kwa ama ho no kwa ya ho dabi yare ngo ha esre mo pa omo mani na ho e ma no so sa before te say nya ko amenya ne ababa wasi by now so ko check ya wodi mu se bibia ye kama ne nyame ya Adom se bra ne ba de bibia betuto ho e de ya obephwa awoanim bibia kra ne beda no ma ho hia ho siesie ho ansa na waba o yes ask can any free amama ne me ma frɛ 0244 867068 0244 867068 na de edu so no me won komo ehu hia pa hu se ye du ye winter mu se no de ase sama ne ba yo se winter ni fade out a won ko ama wia no ne nemu kakra na su kodo de munim de ye domu su komu pa na yesi nsuo no eto ana wada no ma enu ntinka wo sanka fish mpatai bebre nka ba kompona no na nko mugugu ho nanso wo mma ada wona na ache wo mo sa na de na esinti ama ene mpata no eno so ntume emma nyako ewa ha nyako abro no ma am nyako papa bi me mo akwa abo papa
nje osu
e bia boko
nyame Adom boko
ono eka eye esikodo team no eho omo ani wurewura mu a kofa ensem no de ehinta no omo kofa de breye na esikodo nyame Adom a ene
3 pm
ene ebeyi ene de ne yehwe
unse tete no nanka awoba from July ekusi September anka nsuo no epo nsuo no mu ye hye kakra nti se cold water ne togu mu a Emma nnuane na ewo nsuo na se tutu eba soro nti eba soro na fish na di akire aba soro nti odi akire ba soro sa na afarefo na nya omo achi omo aha nti na emma fish ni bebu bebre July to September de na nka fish de ba they say emma ne omo nya ne duduo mu tuna omo nya ne duduo mu erefu ade emi say yira ekura de ne yenwo me ye nya bi sese ekura ana Ghana Tuna Association so kire say they say swat 90%. Na che say swat kura say aka 10% pe ena wo ye punu. Swat kura ena nka saa bre saa wo bre so nka fashe bebre koso kundumu koso homowo koso fetu koso ntika ye nam ne ba anka ye benya bi nso de adi afashe ba nam ne ma ama nam ne boa ye den.
Aye den se no amidi kenkene fish. Na I fish 20 cedis pa masana the message okura say we dey more rem sister Ghana na I say ne nkoyi ti dey all can ye no kore fish fie bi 20 Ghana na no say wonim fish mu a ye twam a say ya na I say the bonu hye ho ti wi firi wa e dey na aka ti ne bonu nko ameka say ne bongo a 10 Ghana na half ne 10 Ghana 20 cedis fish na yana bi bisa mo sa na ye won kan na so fish ho odin because me krom kumase kwan so kumase dwom kohwe ye red fish nti eye de asem a na say hia pa say sukodo no
because they say Ghana 60% na red fish obi akọ hospital say me doctor say ma me ndi meat me we fish now fish kwa e kwa from me
dey na e bewe
okay ti ene mpanyifo bi adi nkomo fisheries minister kraji atum say enam na asakra eko form kra nti eno na ya dom wasuko se die nti ena ma nam yasa ena kwan ben so na ye befa e dia revive sa ye fisheries ministry aha nti
ti ena no miensa
ewo Adom TV already no so ewo ye YouTube Adom TV ena Asempa FM nti se ene no wanya kwan anti ma hwe ne 3 pm no kora beti ma hwe wo ye
YouTube ho Adom TV tube ko ho no ma esukodo no ne tintin ni tietia mu no sensam no on say the bad news because me kai sa fishery ayifo nsam a wo mo ka say they say 90% de ekọ Inti sa news no eti ya born it about 2 minutes bi na dia ma but say e be sukodo no a ye dobu suko na fe empanifo a wo se ne omudi nkomo ni nyina no nyina di nkomo ba ko mienu saa ne anyam nti ase na we fa afarefo mu ye sure so o makode afarefo mu bi so edi nkomo mo anso sabe ye sure so o mo anso wo challenge
challenges o mo anso ye bebre na adwen sa afarefo no na yuzu niam bi but omoso wo die nti anam no mba no omoso omoka omo de nti ni nyina wa sukodo no
ti ye no by the time e besie ne de ne ye nyina yenya answers no yenya solutions no
na mpanyifo e so omoka omo timpam ho na bibia toto yie no so no omoso ahu kwan a ye befa so a ye bekọ ye nim
ate wadaroma ene bibibie mo ho a o ye
pa chan
ene no miensa Adom TV esukodo okay before me jano no ye hwe promo yi na yemra
ebia na wani Africa krantinu unim empo se unim a na wanya ne ntie se efri be se emfia hasa etwem a bepem be se efie duasa etwem na afi biara efri July bosome no eko September bosome no awoba pa ensuomnam ebebu pa sa July bosome no eko September bosome no eye bra kamia ye se empoano afahye kese ninara sabre no na yedi fetu afahye asafatu fiam enkran homowo ene bakate nanso no efrimfie be se duasa etwemu baidie enam so hwan na ehwan ekame ye se enam asa wo pomukra awo ho de afahye wo ho nanso no enam kom ena ekum oman Ghana okwan bone a afarefo bebre edi yinam ewiemu sachraye a apagya ne ho no ene niema bebre ena ekutia enam ananka enya ne bebre wenti no ya domo suko ede mu nchechemu ebrew bomodia tino TV nanim afia da ebei no miensa na ye nomo suko emfamaw Adom TV ye wazoyi
nti eno ano no meboa So you say enena esikodo no baso. Ena ye hwede.
Ena ye hwe cold weather without bumper fish harvest.
Ena esikodo no eye enenko ana Friday bia.
Friday bia ye de foforo ba.
Okay.
3 p.m. Ti ena ye bo we no. Next week so ye de foforo beba.
Okay. Na me sure mo. Uni team ni na esi ohene. Ye da senti ma menya ko na ye te ne nka na woka team esikodo wo Adom TV wo mo Adom sokoi. Enti no ye wie ne sade de na kumpu Ghana your #1 IT and electronics bia ye tonton electronics ho niema ne IT emo niema nyinara besofo ni eche kumpu Ghana na ye kumpu Ghana Prime Week promo no nso fa ho ejimo ebi niema wo to wo ho say Samsung ne LG ne Sony ne HP Technonom ne ade ne de TCL nom wa woni say prices no great wa de be so bottom na obenya e de free ho fa ho hwemo say laptops nso na open printers desktops toners IT hu niema bia no ade se kumpu Ghana for one more ewo TV set home theaters fridges refrigerators gas cookers air conditions microwave ni na kumpu Ghana one more ewo before hu hwem sesi prices na yo bottom wansu benya bi obetumi atopi okọ online ya www.kumpugana.com now so aye odie wo ho a oda odie omuye delivery so ka ho free 0302 752 020 0302 752 020 and our WhatsApp number 0243143443 0243143143 Kumpu Ghana Prime Week. Shop, smile, and repeat. City Montessori, a school, just a while over Kohorma, environment in Accra and Accra and seriously at the Shiamun so one my crowd of Papa Cambridge, one much or City Montessori, or more astrotefan, create me akudia grow so robotics, a coso STEM, ICT, music lab, or more school bus, and I war boarding so to baby I will be able to me to about Franaba City Montessori School. Na wa ba ho CCTV cameras in area adwuma security achechefo bibia de na kwan so omotete nkra ne ye pa mo munyini be ya brand ne akatechie hwehwe City Montessori wo Kaswa Obom Road ben Lamte Mills hwa make us admission koso nti about time no bibia wo bia esan say ye wo board no ho nti bibia wo bia betimi de abofra no aba wo ban so a woni problem hu ni show bia ni ho 0249282529 0249282529 City Montessori building global citizens. Nyami shira omre no wadaje a ode maye ye nya ode no ho nyami ya aduma next week ode ba ya ye ne kama ede amount yen komra sister Sandy B oye guy oye krado ho se pe ba ewi asemi de ka asemu edie ya nka be di o tie kwaba edase.
Very good morning. Yenchiamu yama kwaba bra bejema ho se pejumedi eso world of entertainment. Die chegu die fata woni no sumu ye de bi esomwo. Meri de Sandra oheme ametiwa adwuma nyame adom entertainment ame Ghana for chirimu.
Woni sa sending na. We die jayo oye guy. Sister Sandy be a guy.
2 times a guy where the funeral mood activated because nyame adom a watchna legend no nyame adom a watchna nhihye bi asesa wo ho ne ade. But first of all yenkenkan statement a mo de to montene so na yenkonsem ne so tewtew na obi bisa say 1 week no me say atwam but on say ye dey it me kwa ka na 40 days ni ade na it doesn't necessarily mean say days back 40 ye ni whole rules and regulations. It is a very big legend. There was what to movie because adofo ne doso abrochefo epese ba down adofo na no say Germany fo I see Lumba House. Oko Netherlands kwa me papa bi. Almost want DL fan house ni adinti no squad near more. Watch na beko so daddy Lumba na watch da no. Watch na beko so me say ba yan kan statement no na yenkwa ahoma so mensaka eye funeral coordinator no funeral planning committee but answer ne be honorable so yenkenkan adom say public announcement, change of venue, 1 week observation of the late legendary Charles Kojo Fosu aka Daddy Lumba. The funeral planning committee of the late Charles Kojo Fosu, affectionately known as Daddy Lumba, wishes to inform the general public, sympathizers, fans and well-wishers of a change in venue for the 1 week observation of our beloved. Originally scheduled to take place at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Legon, the event will now be held at the Black Star Square, Independence Square, Osu, Accra. Date 30th of August 2025, time near 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dress code all black. The funeral planning committee regretted inconvenience this change may cause and kindly requests the cooperation of all who intend to participate in honoring the memory of the legend. Yeboshi kwasi who say a sign. Honorable Collins Owusu Amankwa, coordinator, funeral planning committee, or no enano payments. Akane. Honorable Pasha, good morning.
Good morning.
May Pasha mo akwa baba Adom TV so ano pay. Yo. Yeah, that's why Jim Rennie about your komo. Yeah, who has a funeral planning committee no kan ho we coordinator. It's not no pay afro no. May Pasha dia na a can moma most sign in Shishaya no concerning the venue no.
Oh, let us know when now with your mind.
That's it.
No correct, Mr. Yeah, nah. The content be akoso na yeniano last week more issue statement there's ban on noise making na mrebeto biano no kwenu pa na yihu say na omode ubon na na work from it sounds say yeah share that for the 30th na no kwenu me di tunte okra na wonte
yeah be
nti na akoye putupu na sebi so yin mama mre yeah say amamre
okay
na Ghanaian musical legend wonya ne baby crow Daddy Lumba so on pebasa basa nti so sebi watoi yentimi enhwe say na yenu bia be ye back and forth and say mentime ho asibi ne ebe change akadabi kwa na ye say if that is the case there any problem sebi memne dane die aye wochina na me de yakwache ya dwumadi ne de baso won kra kropo dua mu na emumu no venue no akane University of Ghana sports stadium and as a sports complex na nanka ye be ye ne ho no say ye nya ne obie ye de dwumadi ne nyina ba hihye so nyakopon ya adoma ochina ewo Black Star Square adodo na fa Independence Square osu ho na dwumadi no at the cost.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. But aside venue, no, we hope side be BMON society, just the venue na.
Only the venue. In fact, in terms of nansa na nonte wa poto wo broko kasa ni munti afade no yetuntum nko a na anopa nonkono 9 o'clock sharp na ye de jumadie no apart from that so no ebo IGP so abaso no kweni ono ankasa police ahene na ni di jumadie no achi na wa she se ye Accra Regional Police Command in fact ye commander duty wa ye adwuma tonko ne ne 2 IC a o mo hweche se bambo no o mo be peje mo pa o be peje o hwe mema o mo deploy o ma mo ma ba no kwene in terms of security ben fan to do, but I think say bambo ne die o ma assure yen of maximum protection and security from Ghana Police Service. The member police for abasopa apart from that so no other service commanders now so aja no but omunya do oni munya baba beta dwumadi no achi
nti fa bambon sensem ne de ko ni bibia de da na kwem e na yen so at the committee ne so yate subcommittee on security and operation collaborating with Ghana Police Service ahwe bibia ebeko pepepe nipa bebre se bi omo mfra manone omo free TV atoye ne benche ya omo ebe nyina so say yankopon fa bebre aba bedu kromo ha na bi so nam kwan so a omo eba say nyame te oma kwan mu na ho na onti nanim enche ye na yankopon ya adomo a odi yen kwache ye ne a ochina no ye de ye na okeda no ahye so ewo ye Independence Square.
Okay. Honorable Collins, so you better was to say we are brand but we can assure you say Lumba lovers do so and just the venue na sasa en cache bibia bekoye and we wish you all the very best.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you so much. Into Honorable Collins Owusu, a coordinator funeral planning committee no kan ho no ina no pay and chichen community na wo hye so say deal daddy Lumba Charles Kojofosu and now what dan ko be no Lagos Stadium no o metu ahye baby for o china de beba so 9 AM pepe na ekoso e wo osu tina wo hye so for further information no oko social no so ko more official daddy Lumba official TikTok page is still running oko hodo mo a obehu nsemo a edi echi e wo ho afade no eyetuntum na wo hye so ti abusua ye de besina ya to aso na o china de bekọ bi e ba akotwa egu ade amamo a lot of festivals there koso our Ghana has say na Ghana de e ba na mamre ni amane Adom TV ye kase ye wazo ye anya kasa minim festival wa Ghana ye nkoye from 2013 Tigo First Jumedie almost every region in Ghana ye remu ye gusue ba kwa me hwe nim kura gumu afeta akosu aronto ba eno kura na me hwe ni because na ye be ai ta so de no mu ede yie ye free ho no mu ade ba kwa me hwe nim chese festival se to aso a em sa Axim Kundum festival no ba Cape Coast fu o mko ma me boate ma o mko Cape Coast Orange Friday e be ye de yie pa mu nhie o mu Cape Coast honom na ye wi a ye twam akọ Kundum na ye twam akọ Aziama na emo weekend we dey e Volta region e ho na ye de ani chere because who betwotwo bekoso na menya oni ne twetwenkoma na mabisa no because from school no there's been arguments about the pronunciation of the name ye bisa ye hogba as a haninga gba online no chocho ami akwa me wofa wari igbeni me misa no wofi ansa na meba ma gift good morning and ye biso say ye hobe chocho e bisa ye hobe toto esne silent but ye nsaka omo a omo na omo dia omo betimi a kire ye mu je pa e ba bekoso na 2025 launch no and also ebe hye so minim se nsaka na homa ne so a. Hi, good morning. Hello. Okay, nsaka ni die mama me mo Lumba nyomba ko china ye mpapa kwa mfanhia no abusia to say net ye be me say ye re ya efi dada KD am say ye re ye efi dada KD na me bomo nka ye say dada KD so da fom pa Sabita French and Premtobre on the top from face oh na die so toy na call helicopter 8 na call Asante hema ti am say referee ya bem kakran say abusia me bomo nka ye say dada KD another serious legend Fatima nyomo a enyine se nkwala agency for mo ko mo da so to ko TikTok mo de videos ti dada KD so de September seat I think so mo to share that ti many kimpi be kasa bra panyin na enhehye wo bia Monday ono so ya try na kasa because industry no omo na start in ye be mu no it's just fair so omo so ye be mo makwanya akasa bi omo ba Adom TV akasa showtime ni ade nyina ba me say omo to share da no I refer ya bakakra some ebo Ghana phone kai say another legend high life legend that KD so that for September omo de na yi ebe hye so na me try say ye be frɛ Hobechocho Mr. Adegbogbo aneno acheche nkomo ba yensa anka no na festival no afi team eda so no building bridges from a common history to a common destination. The Dahoma Volta region and Ghana as a whole, but unfortunately no yensa anka no yensa anka na dia busu ame di besi edwada yensa kan na launch ning na echi nkomo ho no ne twe Mr. Christian Adadevo anope ye chi abada ku afu a akpana me akata nti ma menchia Ruby na woda we free edi ehonom opidi mfa hu kime ha sei na ye moboso nko. Happy birthday Enkoma Ruby Musa Osinyankupon enhira we pa oniye fine girl. Girls and say photos they move chapa. Wow, that's beautiful. Ruby Musa ene wa wodo musinyame enhira wonyu free adomu enko adomu tutu anamu ensiye we free masa edi eho enomo. Obviously I'm the sister Sandy. Crown by Lane and a bo mi ti mame. Crown by Lane or Malam Quantum Pones or your home services or contact. In fact, DM me cry or me socials, national per se, or ye be wearing a fe, say kutu, say bum, a Crown by Lane or no enamilike garment, a pamatadi, a demame, Lizzie or makeup department or chi menim, a demame, Elizabeth or Mary or makeup from a dasipi Lizzie, or cocoa drum, Mr. Mac Weber. Ejina mudi mu di Asante Achimogo this year escape from Ponana and o Mac Weber. Or I'm a director, OPD, Dorothy, Poma, Ottery. Or I'm a producer, Fresh Baby. What if I don't know, I'm a producer. Or then some neighbor, yes, shame. Now so shake, now that OPD, my home and so, because social or to my name now to be man. No, my friend was social, OPD underscore or TikTok. Thomas and Amasa Eddie, I has say Frank. I was Sam, Israel, Frank, Senpai, designers, MCR, Thomas Weshow, Isaac, big shout to you. I was sorry to Ujeba because fear man quite a semi to us. I'm the guy's queen, Macro. Bye for now.
Yada say ya mwakwa baby ya Adom TV bedroom na uguso channel sister Sandy B. Oh yeah guy. And then na ho fe na di twam mompe bank baby man ntina HR. Ebe fatado no ho ayefe papa yada na se eja o me kakra ye de be Kenya ye ho ntino nim se na me Adom ochna 1 week no dadi lumba ye nyina enkai se eye Independence Square baby o mo ye vigil na ho na ekoso enya nkoso ye nye no wo University of Ghana sports complex will be so Independence Square dadi lumba di no na somewhere there edi kan pa na ya de bia meka chance yi kakra minya ya mebe ye asemi di kan ya na meka o sa de bia no ahase ba ko mienu miense o emfiti preko pa na ahase o na ahase ba ko nipa da sani na wanka aye no ma o kwe obefre ni nuanso aba enti asodie ne nso no ebida mpanifo so pani from Shrobeka from bidaya so yehu ade no na ya nka na beye no ma mi ho enye hwese pa say high tension po ase ena obi asi ni fie high tension po na se o ena nkrofo te edidwa high tension po na se ena obi aye na afuo ewo ho we wanka wo kan wanka ni yepe obi beje wano akwakosi boni sesi a na nti e be dai ena hini ya no aduane be boye ena hini e be da nanso sa fidie kakra yi a wote ase wonim ho nsonso aso e de be bro wonim yare a e de be bro mesro me ma mennom titru adwadufoi this week ya the edidius no ba ye me say tamampotamu ho adwadufo na ho no omu didwa ena akuafo no nso ho no omadua se cabbage o se de wo madua e wa ase ena yete ho nso oto a ade kakra huhuhu wei eguso awie ebo a hye no na wo de onim ehun sunso aso kora no a tie na wote ho no kora se wei atigu fom mpa ye be ye dey e wo se ye twema BBC ansa na ehun se ba bia yete na enya na mumie nhwe yi o mumie nhwe yi ye wa assemblies nso e wo ho a pa anti assembly ti pa DC and MC o pa je so wunhune ayi engineer assembly engineer enti o pa je so wunhui ECG fo ntimo pa che say ya ye hunu se nkrofo bititi nue attention pole yase minimpa sem se gridco tamade ya American sa ho side no em so ma bowo mo kokko na wutie de ma na ka ye no a ya na ya na asefem ya na ye nwene ehu ensunsu aso no ya dwene ne no nko a ho ya dwi bebi ya betena ya bi ebeda ebi mo sifie na ye ne ye pani ba ko ba bedi nkomo efri se ye de ne kasa ye no wa kire ye nse ye na ye tena high tension pole no asie no leukemia sa ya de no eno ko am say moja mu kokram moja kokram abamu e ko tena sa high tension pole na sia sa na dog wo kan enti no ya behwe na ya ne Dr. Samuel Osai research scientist was head non-ionizing radiation units radiation protection institute Ghana Atomic Energy Commission na Dr. Samuel Osai research scientist so on mo de ono oto ho so wa woni say Ghana Atomic Energy Commission o mo adwuma no so ati ase enti we no wasi enya no ne ni di nkomo enne me meka bebre wo beka bia kire ne ahwe ehun sunsu aso enti se wasi dan bi why your plan be say wo ba be si ahwe yie because unkran po say ya na say ideally any kwan say ye ben ho fra ha say circle kwan ye call car price overhead traffic light na say one wa mahu say eno solar panel no bi ne de no ana say me de bibia electricity kwara me mehu now de wa pole no fia kra si wanim na teto a titi jasa na a whole high tension pole kese we de anti say we load wosu we no akot na se ebi mo de nkra no kra to ho ye expose akra no nti yenko na ye ne dog enkasa Dr. Samuel or say dog and you pay what you can Yamwakaba.
Yo, Stefia, for sure, Mejoso.
Yeah, that's a papa, no run what that year, sure, son of Passadian when you are Bravo 80, Kauru my meetings and near then so Adaroma. Yeah, no more car, or my furniture to Adaroma, would you wire a research scientist here? What's our Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, what are my boy? High tension pole no ASEAN any dear mo. See it na and I fuo ewo ho ye si dan no ewo ho
yo Sylvia mami di kan enchia afefo ene won so awoti
ejoso
na nukreni en sese kra se high tension ana se ahoma finran kania enam emu edru sano yetna asie ana yeben eti Ghana assembly emrakra no emma kwan emma nipa entna asie na embon edra awasie sanity
na nyenye bia wati bi wahu bi ede a wutwam wohu sa nkrofo tete ho na yesisi dan bembe ho wahu no bi pen
eno de pa ebinom de na manie nkura ne se bi wo hokra na ndade ebi kura ye mechanic
well
the containers ni ade eno kura so na ma no eyeku no efi se da na de no etimi efa electricity pa enti ebi kura se wona fortificate samia no ebe kwebeka no kura bi wo ho adon saka sa da de ni bia container na se ka bi se na ama shock enu nyina ye sisa so ni bi no enti udi e hu bi pa so enye ne papa ense so mo
enti sa no etesai se meme kwotena ho kosimi fie wo ho a ehun sunsu aso no etesai e wo mini padua mu
yo is ya serisi kanosa ahuman eye eminam kania ne nam na ahumano wo ho se ye besoa nyankana free etifi ede akọ no ho na nam omadi anyankan ne anamus no na radiation enso eka ho na esan se nyankane na namu no na ho odin ne wosoro pa ni no aya na radiation na so a efiri no so eno so ewo so enjin so aso ne die edoso na ebi ne se die na o kano hwehwemu ebi pa kire se otna sa biaye no mu na se radiation e free sa akomaemu eba echa afebo na ma akwanya wo ho se ubenya yare a ye frɛ no leukemia a ha muja eba muja mu no ubitimi especially nkwala ubitimi ebe masa wakunya na wo ho no akosro. It increases your risk of acquiring that disease, leukemia. Na ebiemu no ebitimi so nhwemuni bi so patchre se sebie onda esitie usimida yi no ebitimi affect na sebe ha onda even se dey sign is planning coordination ebi okra se dey on san when need coordination be sia ye no be na odun se kusum so na on san enu also so so on setro coordination no emanen costa afis wa adwimu so ebitimi so aha wa adwimu so kakra na nhwehwemu ni bi so pache se dey moja edi afro ni asane ewo yenipadua mu no force ewo sa radiation mu ebetimi affect sa moja na frusane na I reduce ana se aka se the speed a dey kon eti ebi no di ya pumudin
aya sampa o menim sa wo TV ne ben wa wo hwe nso ade me hwe e wa ha sisi distance no enye say because they say they are buying a whole market so say asim market ni enfinfin e na wo kire ye wo kasa bu say assembly no so ya we enti market no mo anhyada na ba ho keke ya ma mo kwan how many meters e na wo say ya twe ho every sa enyima hoden policy akese ho
nukuni seba meters na anka eno di anka meja ma assembly no ene ECG na kriko no omaka eye meters pa na ensese nipa na so de mi hu no TV so awo yi eno di kra enim because you were right of way assembly emremu no ene sisi mu no ensese nipa ana se yekosi bibi afebo bi wo enti se market here e wo hui enka ni papa mu die anka ensese wo kra na me share assembly sa market e show ma se omo modia na omo nhwe na omo eyi sa nipa no en free na se krofo akobo mu dwa wo no en free ho na enye papa enye ne kwan so
serious so apart tell we there one more tia see aye normal tell say asa baby aye so comfortable na ye gina kase na so de na nketewa no so nkete no a eno so yetete ho no eno so ne etesai
said na misi kanu say ahoden no eso a ena radiation e free mo no so ba no so eso enti aya na enketua ne dia na hoden no nyam kamia hoden na mo aya na isa
okay
enti eno no aya na honsem no enti se akese no enti akese nti true ena yema yedi
ekọ ho
na tia de make ne se eye market foi odi wa hwe aya na ye ma me no so mo aso na hwe ye nkwala e mai ena sa leukemia ye ka se o yes na I increase your risk na sa akonya da ko ma so benya no eye nkwa dodo na konkwala no so nti mesre ma me no se ye strom yenim se eye adwuma na omo ye na so omo nwe nkwala no ene achi asem
sa na dog
no ma ye ka ho asem ya na nya ekope ye afebo asem inga kra na unya na se boa masa kwenya na beto ama wose kwa benya sadi bi
nti said ya wo kan me de to aso de a te sam abatan wo de ne ba no kodwomu a ehwo no se because ye ntan kwo ho nti no obi a na ehwo na fu kakra ye okay na de ntoma ase ho na de akra no atoso enti said ya wo se ekoso afebo ansa na ada ne ho adi nti obedu be 16 years 18 afi yes wo yare enko hwe yes wanya leukemia nom ni ade enti na wo sa abatan hwe yie ba we no wo Atomic Energy Commission yi de papa so ka bie ye o wo mo ma be sisi fie tete hoyi wo be wie electricity for the bill wo akoma wo mo Ghana water for the bill kwa akoma wo mo mi wa wonim se ba bia nkrofo yi ti ben ade yi enye assembly so be kwa akwaje hwan taxes nom ni ade enti I think say Energy Commission mo so wontumi enforce ntuo mo de nanso mo ka kira wo mo so betimi aye bibia ma bibia ye bibi
Nukreni yene assembly ene gridco ene ECG ayana edi nkita na yebe koso ye titru Ghana Atomic Energy titru eye nhwehwemu ene afenchetre na eba se ye enforce na ye hwese nkrofo enye sa na sa akunya na se sa ina aye assembly no and gridco and EC enti ye be koso na ye no madi hu bita na yaboa serebe ya sa insensem no ye education ye na fi so no omo yabo na omo yi omo so afri ho
yada se papa Dr. Samuel Osai, research scientist Osai head non-ionizing radiation units Radiation Protection Institute, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. And I yenya no a yene na di nkomoi. Yes, ramoni di mo, ya rie bebre. And a hwan hat, holy hat, hwan moja mu kokram nyina. Moja nso kokram tibi bebetum. Sa niema wei, akwotena high tension pole ase. Na wudi dwa na wonum nsuo. Ensuo mu na gra da tete ne ade abubo na adase. Kwakwa we na de mu akwa be.
If you are so, na onyame adom bibia eboko obabi wa abeko kra na man 40 ase erinsa
wa CVC 10 wo ho tese hu tese kwa do mo ye afuo kra wase obi aye afuo wo ho
kase bi wo from Jolu eba ba besen fa North Kanisi hey ode unya time shedam yem fa mfase na activities ekoso asiesa from Jolu sa besen kofa North Kanisi no
na dog can say bi mukra well there's a cra so bembe ho na wa anyina ho de ne
activities bebre very dangerous
yes ramu munya mamo ma bibi mbesi me mete ho committee o adebo ebetumi avoid so just yate committee ansa na Ghana yate ye ho ase ya kwotena we yase enti wa so asase wura wo to asase koma ni pe onu akosi da wo hoyi eye obi esi ni fie wo ho nti afi bo efie ho anu otena ene yase etimi hanna leukemia ne de mumye nye careful tigwaku
your problem kese pa okruma no enforcement of our laws and supervision akanye bibi kra no the company na wenum omodia no at least also mo ensure say ade we enipa da sani bia ntena emme hu sanse
omunim uko tuni se sia obeba be blackmail you se sia ya nto aba ma adwadifo yi me say week ye mu ne ye story no tema kwan mu ho no baby behwe aya mu na de ye baaye ene ye kwa he ene chesesa no wo ma chechira po atu yetim enti wo ye nipa wo kana me yakunani na me hwe nkura nan afi wo kwa akoda na tormental nti but yan mini da chine yare no doctor say leukemia na nye ne ene hyase o akrada nya 20 no na afi eyi ne ho ba wo so ma me pani enem kotodwe ene na me ha saa yesra mo me anya careful nti kwaku me hu owura ayi e wa ha nti no wadaro ma wode den toa enkomo no so papa na se bibia bako de
adom na domi
yo talk no nya ba
kuma me hwe wa ti wa because they can dey no crepa
Sir. Na misra. Ya da sentimi jemu. Oh, efe. Yeah.
What about me no?
Oh, sir. Me who quite no more.
They be say when we mura when you for Gen Alpha and Gen Z, What's the one boss space I come on. Tomo say, oh, okay, but me I say the pen.
Miracle man, or miracle no mamo. Into an equal na de at one pense mono so. Ya da say.
All right, enti yaso mu a yede eye bedwemu pense mu dwumadie no to also make us say no wotwa wapa hosima aduonu emienu nemum yenkai wo say the ABC game no ekoso din acha so do hu hye mo betima mo wadi sika just about 5 Ghana cedis pe na we wini be 1 million Ghana cedis a nyi sika ketwa so what I say ne system no mo wadi nkakra nti de obeye bia no a bitima ma hwan ha wo no bibi se o try olaka bia na fa o the 5 cities kwaji 1 million Ghana cedis o de an se wo do ho be she daily draws nim omo de ye no 10 am 5 pm ache say Adom TV na 9 pm de so ho no a obetimi play multiple times and de say da ko bitima to be mprensa kra o de an se o de wo activity down no *262# na wapeke any 3 letters and we stick 5 cedis abet menya 1 million na fiada de no Friday mega jackpot na real deal no anche se wodo hu hyemu a ebebo papa kaye *262# na wapeke any 3 letters na wastiki ebetimi amawa abaye millionaire ache se enya asem keto efem na nase amfofo je dwade anapa mi na metremu na matoni ma na mewo miracles aboaje ewo menchen ewo fidua mu na miracles obi a okasa de Emma Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia near 2024 flag bearer of the MPP nei wasan akofane nkrata tintim ni nyina se opese o se to amanyuko no franka no enra nsembebri no di to dwan na hwe dailies na most of them are capture na numu asem their promise their ultra how prepared he is they all care about attacks ban so any fear umfi they all care about party unity no ne ho ka ho nyina no I think say your miracles so here obeboa na wo de ewure more na yahwe niema potin I see Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ni so ne from enei January what tintim ne nkrata no de wo frase na waye miracle e mo akwa babiem
bejoso e boko
udino miracles ana miracles there's enye ba kumpu
Dennis miracles aboard
enye ahomade ne ba
edoso
na bibia boko de
we do enye ahomwasem ansanke eni ha o ahomwasem tin
adum bi na bodo do so
adum bi keke
anya bedu sampem so de wo grateful to nyankopon wa udi
no aka nyina ye mbobo
go ye kan kese anka wa anye kese
99% nde
aya na metai hu so ta tro so ye short ma but you are not that short
metia enye tia me ya senka ablekuban kan ndi zofo ehun meku bibia nyankopon ahihya to
na we kwakotia
but almost every week me koba this week ma kwaba dada nyame adom enen so ewia we yeko se na ye
NSC akumi 1 week
okay after weekend ni nyina ya to campaign
you really be kan ho nti e dey bia obehia ho yesu ehwe chiri se bibia ebeko
na weekend ni nyina ye the campaign ato aso akopem
on the Tuesday no all right na so far grounds to saying
adom say o man fa basabasa ye o mo ye o ablekuma ni bia manko ana se ejai akoti aman ema o mo akọ ye santene koto abadia there is no way akoti afọ beto aba my NDC candidate no way just say no mo de basabasa ye o mo ye o ablekuma ya eno so de
ede na man hu say mo candidate ye superior over NDC candidate
o say like I'm say wakoho and I say reporters akoho obetime bisa
grounds on the mama pa
because say the friend is assume do no or your local boy on your matina community no match almost everybody don't see him until kwakweti a boydua wenchi ni ade nyina he has footprints all over and because of your entrepreneur he's employed a lot of the young people on your way money ade he is well known and they know say we representative our constituency upo bi oye well connected our networks obetume dey empuntu ndwuma aba na wesi manam yie obetume si manam yie nso dey se nipa na te more concerns and I say and yes otie keke but he should be somebody he has lived it ono mo na tena kro ni munti or ka asem na ye de ya ka kire no the oneti memufo na I experience I think say otiafo na ejitum say Asumedu is the right guy to represent them nti ye bom pa keke say ebeko you know free
ade na monkomodie mu nyina ntem bia say NDC for amfa basa ya ma NDC for amfa basa asema ye fixated on obi the violence beba NDC the violence beba didn't ya
oh so you forget all the other reasons the very recent one Ablekuma North so I just say I was there you know so nti me de menu hu ye
me hu wa to say me hu say ye bo nkofo na ho de man hu ba bia o fa ye
me doje ye
udwane
kama ndwane ampe baby nyina ka me de no crowd would have been worse because some buy na in fact omu wure mu no na me gina gate na no amene
entrance to school hall
amene channel 1 interview into police for the distract you because time na police for try some block you man the police for be gina me no block you man na ba ko tam me aja so nze kokro wa nti na emre no tam me no pia me share car bi nchen nti mo ehu me biem nti Jackie will join you see no te war na e worker na nim nso e na otwa nti Jackie echi da mateta nti Jackie de me ni no agro kra
ona je onkwa
oh ai nti Jackie echi na mateta nti omo ehu me because gentleman na o instigate ade ni nyina no me ne channel 1 eye interview no obeto me no start say odi matem nti ono na start say o cause bibia on the street
oh okay
nti okoye na no kofo mobile but on buy o me no me say Adom
nti nyame ni di o
wanye mitietia kwa onimo no wahehya to say debi say beba na ukoye tentena wu afa so no so say we tietia no nya won kwa bezo beba no ara na mo wahehya to
ode fancy ho nti nanu ada na yebeba Dr. Baumia enkomo no so sanse no the main issue a yebehwe de but yenti we influencer nanu ada na mo ka insist say the course wa Ablekuma North no say mo hu si atu ho na mo bia mo be advice me ho mo am be protect me ho and within the week yenya ntie police will release statement tre nipa makoma nwotwe a no mo involved ya che omo na ya charge omo a convict omo kra mo yo case afedie a police for na ya dwuma na Adam akoma so no
for na ya che omo ya hon omo ya che omo ye for
one statement
omo mbebo ye no yeni momo
the police for statement no well
and I'm say on for na ya che omo police for no o me na me ye victim no aye bo me no nipa na o che no we bisa me say yo no anan yo no
ankenye identification parade
na say me na ye bo me nti how do we know omo na ya chem me ya hu hwe ya nte court we bia ya nte hwe ti ya ne say yes ye da mo akokọ ohefo man na ye complainant wo asemnim wan na ye witness wo asemnim nipa na ye board no wo ho wa ba court ni bia na wa be identify a confirm he nkwala wo kroma wo
o for say ya say nipa
bi me feel say dia me ka chewi say me nte sa ka che me ya bebo me ye bo be no ma ye complain me ye complain no me wo pictures videos enim nipa no man te hwe won kan hwe nche me onimi kan hwe me te ya ne say wo say wo de nkrofo bi akọ court na court eje amomo bail he for no
some more can say videos and pictures near they were out into police for no fana or take action
into me na ye bo me no what they akire me video ni oni ana ama me ma catch say you no ana you no
of say wrong people and I say bibia mpunzi
me nim say wrong people me nim say bibia si abi gon ka hwe nkire me
as a mun ni gidi police for mu kra
me wo gidi police mo me Canada be de bia me catch there are two categories of people I never speak against police ni ene nyame nipa ko nyankopon ofre nipa on your posters on your PA system announcement wafre say wafre so on fra yemasem o se nyankopon say me tena say ade a me ya mewu a meye because me no nni echinje ebim so nyankopon afre enu kroma ene nyankopon fra David mu ne Solomon omo ni nyina so nyankopon ankofre no nka nkrofo ko di echi say wo so wo tu nyankopon betumi afre wa nka ne nka enu enti me ni asofo ho ago me nka sentia wo dia aka no me nyi ni kura me twom akọ police for so sa because ene se me nya asema police ni na mefre no se onyo so you on na mefre no ade bi so wo police for atare enim so wa hodin so ni hodin so shatare no nko ano ba so bebo ho ban a obeti obeboa o kakra me nka sentia police for dia make kan se dia bebo me many a woman my be complain a major national issue nti what you be na say wo de ne kokota me as I say at least me your witness and I say as I say me to me identify because what you in fact e be what you be but so long as omo bo me no won chi omo ne there that prosecution has nothing to do with me.
You okay, me understanding this is omo a bo more party activists and as a members no nyomo na yacho
me nim because ye hu omo ye as we speak how comes in obi am me
basa ko na woni omo din
ye ni momo ye ni
momo me omo din
yes me say ye ni momo na say policy ye ni omo
ba edin na ba ye no nye omo a
me say tie dia me ka kire
David tie ozu ni omo din dia names were mentioned in the statement
me ko school FM baby you and I'm school for nyina anim me ko GSS baby you me ko GSS was Swiss no so do international school FM baby you and one another school ni no bia anim me ba tete ka baby you me say nothing more nothing less sa it took oka Dennis Abojo me say hwan this I say oh na baby you na me say Dennis Abojo baby na omudin anim no nicknames into the awatro statement no e bi kra yo mo ba ye nim
uni mo baby you no mo o nickname no mo
say na we go there na na say dey BK o say tiase o think wo che nipa na wo say wa che nipa na obo me no na we invite me na ma be hwe say onu ni ana say enyo no you may have prosecuted 20 people but it could be none of them who actually beat me up. Remember say omo mbebo me na e mob
yeah
omo doso but you nya no mo de omo saka me ye interested in omo de omo say den e ka me no e bia wa che omo ba ho ni bi na de omo court but wonchi omo de omo saka me no omo so omo de omo saka me no minimum din ye de omo pictures ato abonte omo ye ni momo I mean someone to Afghanistan you see me there, like I've said, police for there, you're my friends. But yes, these things, and what, and my confidence, you know, and control. And I think that they can do better. We are helping to.
And with this, now we say Abua kwa change, no say Mr. Manu suma muna mitrim, no na mudi kwa kutia.
Oh, there be, yeah, they are doing far. The air can say, bebo ye na hubai. A ballot box in the CEO. Album le nipendi wom. Obi answer mbra be hudi. Uhwe wia na ya tewa de ama. Okotona de akotum ye wia ye nyina ho yen kenkan ne yembobo yebobo ne nyina ya tro obi age ne pink sheet ne ekọ we how difficult is it
so far strategies and measures are put in place ahead of Akotia by election who assessing this
Ablekuma not bibia na yegina how akomsi yebo ye no mo ye 40 bibia na yegina no mo ye 40 me bisa na se police me no mo gina ho cheyo me same oku awako ye no mo gina ho cheye dako anima yegina ho che no mo ye 40 enso ye bebo yen I am only saying say they see Ablekuma not no yen yesua hu bi afrim nti ebi ntu bi si Akotia because see hu say ndc for be yes I bebo ye ho ban Ablekuma not okay say do we cannot party ne say yen contest ne ade nti to be very fair ya anshada mboa ye ho ba we dey aboa ye ho say Ablekuma not me
ade na me dey aboa me
oh say abmechre example Ablekuma not na metirimu fa nti na me nko na me nam na me dey na me kura me ne media for kasa ba Akotia de me nko na nte me nam fofo say na be obi ba me so a on betumi aboa me say na
na for na no feel baby you no afa bi dey
baby I me nam fofo because me nko nam ba we dey me ne me nam fofo
nam fo we matwofo ana
oh dey say that say we say we amatwo don't say wabo
me dey na
me dey me nim me nsato ye wo me nyina me nye bi da
ba be fa obi onim ne nsato
because ade ba ko na me na ka che
me ba fa obi onim ne nsato
me na say ntokwa nyanse bi enim because umbo nipa no kra ono so betuma bo obi eti se mebo na wo ha be pai na me bo no so be bo me na me so be pai de nyanse bi enim
ntu be de
e bi kra ma bo ba ye be wi na me so me ni ahono na fa so be na wo so nti omo mu ni mi ye no ti se wo se won se na wo beti mi wo se de mi ntumi nye ba wo me fa na me ne wako se na be ya se ntokwa ba na me ma twe me ho agira me chi
o be fa me ne makọ na makọ ntokwa
there bi me se ne be ya se e ba so I just say because say manye ne sana se ko ba ne ti se e ba wo Ablekuma no tell me nde
let's say the okay the most Sam Crawford o mako na BBC a
there be
the o mako ntokwa
the see na no e kire se wokọ uni ndc for ko by election na se wonko akogina wona wadwene se wokọ ye democracy a omubetumi abo eprawo se wonko a ba mo dọọso a omoba no mu se mo so mo dọọso a mo so meden ombejai nti yen so ye be dọọso nti se wo ba na mo ye 20 na wo se ye 20 na ne no so bi asan aye se wo di to esi mi kon na me so bi bi si wuti ho obi ya bedum no tuo na mo wo di besi mi mitiri ho na me nkure bi di a enti ne ye kase se weni ye nyina ye kɔ ne ye ne bɔkɔ ballot box ho ye kɔto aba omo to aba ni because yen ye dwuma ɛwɔ elections mu ni say ye be ye de friend no Gov't TV ye refie ni mu ani afre ni abeto mkoto aba eno no it's a democratic right ye canvassing koto aba o ukofum ye sere koto ansa wako eno anu no omo to aba na nkasa me to aba o Latin Methodist primary me to aba akwetia enti me kɔ a me kɔ frɛfrɛ dom se mo meto aba ndc fo no so betumi aye bi ni ye nyina ye hia ni ye chia ye ho enti ade na aye kokko sabe dia me na nakache
but mo akeka over the days no mu nyini say hu na mo de boni pe wa kwatia eno kwa bitima ma apati aba se meti nkra ha na meto aba wa kwatia dia mo keke enti me ha me nkra na mafaka akwa akoto aba ni se be ha
akwa kwatia da
o makwa
kwatia no nzura di ho akotia do se wo wa woni mu akotia no mu nzura di ho da bi
enu ntina mo no amanyofo no pese mo koka
dia me catch ya me unimio dia ka nyam se unya bite ba ko empim me yekua pinu ama commented ma adwun mu do
enye no na me ka ho ase
unya me say
unim se omotiwe omo nsuro hwe ntino mo hu se omo nsuro hwe
ntimo so una wo se ye ebo mu hu e na kan me so omo nsuro ade akotia fo nsuro ade tube de ebo mu oba koto nsuro ade o de akotia no okoda
amakoda
na mo no hwe omo a omo yobi a omo ba beto ono omo nsuro ade omo ba beto aba no
alright
the kan nyina ne se the NDC for koyo ablekoma north no omo memfe mba akotia because they won't succeed like they did. Yeah, there is no way ebe ma ho kwan ma nipa ba kompo omo de omo nsa aka no ye be pata
all right it's we bedwam pensemu Dennis Miracles Abwaje in any din komo no this one was just by the by na yenko Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia enra the filing of the nomination ho asem no so enti Miracles yensha se na yenhwe ebrebe na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia decided say sakonya ba obesan atiesim na wa preference to follow a contest for presidency ni biem. Oh, very close to him.
Nana, I think say you to abanwi and obekaya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eto enum tuo.
Obeye a concession.
Owie concession no. Me ade nyina o sanso ne party for share say yentu ye bo ase na yema party ne ye nhwehwe mu enye de fe na praise on ne ade na yehu bebi egina na fe de yehu ekwan be fa so ye beboaboa ye ho. Nti for almost 2-3 months na ye nyina in a reflective mood a ye boa National Council no motumi aboa party no ehu ye gina bia nti through the microwave report no omo ye adwuma across the country omo ne police station executives Kasaya constituency omo ne market women religious leaders civil society a lot of people e Kasaya to omo wie no omo present omo report e won National Council omo ye presentation kama e ma ye hu dia e ma ye lose your elections no dia esese ye fa ho ene kwan e betumi afa so ye tumi asanso ejina ye nan so biem nti eno ba wie na chese afi de eno ba beda ho de a ye behwe se de ma ye lose ye no ye ne ma ye betumi asoso ano ne ye tumi afix ne ye tumi aba biem why not, and that is one of the key things Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kai said their party ayama ni nyina yi ene akoden on the party akamu nyina akoni ade no he thinks he owes the party that electoral win at all cost. Nti so be ka say wakoba akon entumi anyeye nti no ojai ne de e be disappointing for the party, especially when it is obvious say based on the microwave report no ono ni nipa yenkunim die ejira na so
sana report ne kan
oh based on the analysis of the report no quite clear say ono ni nipa ejira no so ka say onko bi mu a ebe hayen in so many ways, and Edim Komono I'll explain to you. And see, he have to go and also do a lot of reflection and all of that. And you know, sir, commitment to ensure say MPP wins the 2028 elections for the party and for country Ghana. No, and ama and was sorry and Wako filing a nomination to be given another opportunity to lead the party into election 2028.
So share Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ne background from the banking sector, Edibira mainstream politics, 2007 be running mate eba bisi sabria wa building ho e political terrain ye papa but here is the case ye to abawie 2024 no enkomodie akoso within mo party Yera Michael Kwe report no a ma bontinti very difficult say betimi akamu asem yi de wo kakakrai ene ba ko mienu bi a snipers bi a APP de but some people within one kasamo party no echichire so bo a na omode bonitri so meaning mo transi assessment no and kwa be na ya ofa so gisa tri so aye bono ewo enkugu ebaye no
normal especially because when him say politics there, you know, or both internal competition and external competition. And he say, Okona and Fa Kai say, we are there internal competitors there.
I'm sorry.
The only way omo betumi nya ahoden apejo mu ne say ombebre wase. And then they normal. In fact, say me kura ankasa na me because I didn't miss me nya me pe. It is a okoya ye dey say na me tie. Remember so say answer now Obabe running 2024 no kano on the party for Nibia and running for 2023 primaries no enti sanko for yina da so ho mu nyanya omo de omo pe enti e normal say nipa na be kwa ka say me ka say mo fama me won say won tumi afama nko it's normal enti no you can't do anything about it but party for no e be analysis of their omo ka no no why say e no kra na say omo pese me nkumnya no omo de kasa because person be kumnya na say ono ne interest into no dey kasa na the party people will analyze enunti na 2007 primaries nipa 17 na contest in another danko kufado o wini wie no sound so ha oni alan koye till somewhere 2014
yeah.
It's normal and in each of the elections the internal competitors na say one no kato na do so one say on to be the president Ekufado don't win the president. Ekufado a damaged goose. Ekufado already no party for Muntie meku sa. Then eventually Ekufado won and became president. It's not there. Me, I hold no grudge. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia holds no grudge because I'm not a Democrat. He believes in competition. And he knows, say, so long as I say, obey competition, as I said, obi a sen and Sanipane to be nyam. Into on the normal. Don't obi an star. Onono is a believer in pushing your positive attributes and nothing else. But you and I know, say, uno be kwa kensi ya, you know, na strategy on you. Other people in strategy, they say, ye need positive attributes be a beka. Ye feel say, ye say wa, ye beko ye nim. It's okay. It's okay. We will get over this. Ye we ni bepam. Because party for ni kwa umfaswa, omudi candidates. MPP party, a tradition. Opa polling station. Some have been polling station executives since 1992. Obi was started from youth organizer. Na waya nene oye chairman. Obi wa waya nene oye constituency executive. Me a polling station youth organizer. Me be a polling station chairman. Me be a constituency deputy youth organizer. And I'm be a constituency youth organizer. In 16 years. And some me be a municipal chief executive. Me that's what how. And see, se wona me kasa. And yes, I will be chairman party no emun se minimum dada. It will call police station was hanete obi police station on where this into nimse no we ni ma nya wo dia wo beka no. But once a year ko competition nko ade wo beka obeti. But on the detail no onimu kwaya o de befa so. Wo twa woni ko hwe wechi. Every election Mr. Lenchaman saying and another dan ko kufa do koye no. Everybody thought say it was close. Now you've been involved. Yeah. Oh, Charlie, the way I didn't sit here in Alan, but your choir na don't quite piano gunchain election bia your corner. Why do you think it was like that? It was because the party people know say about why your corner Ghana hano. A war a choir Ghana for fast of the twaba. A dear back why you nim a fact and they say Ghana hano say we are candidates now call for the first time. You're not likely to win the elections. And yep say no papers okay because Ghana for no take it time. Omo to mo boase no mo soki wo vision na wo preach no. Nti yesa oba ya obekaka ya wo dwedwa wo ni wane de amount. the omo ye ne say wo kan nyina no mutie wo kan nyina no mutie but wo amra wo kan no na the wo competitor now no so wo kasa no we di kan aka na asem na kire mo 4 years ago a man fama no nti wo start say wo come say now dia wo kan so eto aso mu na mum akoedie obeka chen 4 years ago ya fama no mo me ye fama no no so ye ne ye hwe o start say o ye pe no ma start the toto de no ho even now it's happening. Everything John Mahama His Excellency does. Ubon some say na se Baumia ka se nko be ni say. O na se Baumia ye ni say. Baumia ka se nko ba tax we no be ni say. So they are still comparing. Oh, Mahama say the currency strength no because of your gold reserve. Say na se gold reserve no. And na Baumia ka ho 2023 or the buy no. As at 2023 na Ghana a gold reserve 8 tons. And they Baumia the gold purchase program the buy no. O free abemu December 2024 no. Na ko 30. Hey, okay, say ba omi amwa. What is so for some for chairman? Eka say Ghana interoperability, the first African country. But some say we ba omi start so kan yen ne. But no be engine. But ne on say ba omi aka yo. Until by the time e bedu 2028 no. Na new candidate na NDC for so edeba no. Afa no so ba be kan asem. Ono so the vision e dey eba. Ghana for be say oh, okay, audience so to aso we good. Baba umia no ne nsem ni bi obekeka ye no ase na efa wo nti ye mo no so me ne hwe and that is why since Rawlings time 1996 President Kufuor eba first time as a candidate against Rawlings no oluzu ye because that was the first time Ghanaians were hearing what he was saying. 2000 Professor Mills also came for the first time. Remember saying that Professor Mills is vice president, but he came for the first time. That was the first time and na all turn ho na for tutia no and omotoma Kufuor because almost say oh, he's been saying some good things. Kone ya take Kufuor asem na fe na wode ode ne ba. E no motoma Kufuor. E na fe de you do 2004. You do 2004 no. E na Ghana for say so far so good. They are also can dey ye. Ba say so far they are papa Kufuor yi. Okay, so far so good. Oh yeah. Slogan no. Ye man nto aso ne ye. Nti the Ghanaians didn't discount or throw away Atamels completely. But they felt say the Kufuor shas ye oye nonye nwie satana health insurance afi na epeje ne mu basic education aye ne free afi na epeje ne mu ne ade free education ne na afi na epeje no say ye ma ne nwie capitation satana no mo say Ghana ye gateway to Africa wo fie na bank si chase for ye fe ne say loans ne ade ntina nkrofo fi say well Atamels ya kan ye but ye ma ne nwie sa obetwitwa so na Kufuor e de ba 2008 2008 say okaya. There is no time in this country and that party be sure so be winning elections than Kufuor in 2008. Ye kwa ye nim. Wa ye won here okay. We twem wo baby na Ghana bia na say kangaroo dance. Go high. So kai sa nyum no. And I remember that was the time na ye we know or ye nobody ever thought say MPP would have lost the election because indeed in that year this country was actually on a very positive growth trajectory. In that year, but Ghanaians felt say, oh, my kakra, wo nanado. I think I would do the aneba. That was the time when Nanado started car free SHS as a moon. But now go na free senior high school there, and this for class na free senior high school easy and Soviet Union 4 years. So people were also a bit skeptical about vision na Nanado a preaching no. And now follow me. Me chepa. And I'm say okay. Atamels no, he has been talking about this his vision for a very long time. Ye man mbe ye. Ne yenhwe e no moto abama Professor Mills and no na man na dan Kufuor for dem win because that was the first time he was preaching that vision but just to me and Atamels to be the president. Unfortunately Atamels to be amfani dey Ukraine wie e na nyameto nsafred in 2012 and na Professor friend say John Mahama His Excellency be vice president. You and I know say 2012 elections na ka be 5-6 months to elections and na Professor Mills friend say nyameto nsafred 5 months woni minim say sa abato no e dejes nko a na e dey abato no anyonkro say dejes e fe no anyonkro atente ben obi afred tuntum in fact Atamels say ye na Ghana obi esu. It was difficult for anybody to go and vote against the NDC. That election was in memory of Professor Mills. And as an acting president, that was the first time in the history of this country. Yenya obi a oba for the first time Ghana for ye den eto abama. But no cry, it was because he was an acting president. And Amanusunti and John Mahama, His Excellency, lose 2016 because for some reason people connected first term Atamels na no ye acting president Kakrebino with the 2013-2016 to make it look like we didn't do. And a man another quick for the day or buy. Answer John Mahama SNI day eba in 2024. So between the MPP and the NDC, Nipa, and that was what I was talking about. Baumia being clear in his mind, he said, "Onu no kura Safuano to MPP no," because the history shows say on my way no, wa obeba the second time no, who a better chance against the first timer. Unfortunately for the NDC, the Mahama era is over.
After 2020.
For 12 years now, the NDC has been Mahama. It's over. After NDC for the new candidates, fresh candidates in Eba. That is where the MPP advantages. Say yen fa Baumia, what it means is that yes, we are the new candidates in Eba. Yama NDC for level playing ground. But say the Baumia badia, nature say we have given the MPP a bigger chance of winning against the first timer from NDC. Obi abe to me winning. First timer and also can be history. But who person will lessen or risk, no? And you can only lessen your risk based on what the trend and the data says and not assumption. The trend is that so what the Baumia be against a first timer from NDC, the likelihood so be to me winning higher because of the records na media amount. What the first time about from MPP, the chances of winning as compared to Baumia na on second time no less. That's all. It is not to say the first time about on to me winning. B obey to me winning. B so on to me winning.
You're talking about chances. No?
But chances no, Baumia they are higher than Sanipa. Okay. It is over 1,200 days. About woman. The most logical thing I'll be and say, Obefa they are the biggest chance than they are almost bet to me about chance, but any day a less. And no, and the Maya say I can 9 pay. Win with Baumia, I can 9 pay. Yemfa Baumia koji to me. I can 9 pay. I can 9 pay no. And yet just in terms of nominal figures. It is not to say just and yet but we are saying say for from a bar on qua batward that. A fair no babe trying a chance. Ebi obi between 80%. Ebi obi between 90%. Ebi so between 20%. Ebi obi between 34% and 39%. Baumia de ye de na ko ba ko. When you 41.7%. It means that you will nipa 41.7% be one my way mu a. Omo wo GDA e wo Baumia mu. Yasu die ne se brofo me se consolidate. Ye de sa nipa ne be kasa ne so mo mu agina ho. Na fe 9% na aka no. Omo ama meto aba. Omo a bibinti omo to ma Mahama no ya to ye boase. Na eni omo akasa na ye de sa 9% na ye den aba be ka 41.7% no. Eni obi a afi no no ba na one nipa dodo na kasa no was starting from 0 no fighting for 50 enye pe. Enti 9% any 50% in there. Say 9% e pe in the face of 50%. And that is what we are all counting on and riding on Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. And so you realize, say, this explanation now clarifies the point I made earlier. Say, Baumia and Kwa, your chances against NDC is reduced.
Okay. Ma share figures breaking the 80. I'm finding say one day I can't 9 peso bobbing. But said now okay. Analysis in the precedent here or the any records no. Nina no. Obin Subagi on the other side they say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia being the flag bearer of the party no the heaviest defeat in recent times. And no meaning say party nankasa said okay you are Professor Michael Kwe ayehwemu akyere nneoma within Dr. Baumia camp ankasa ne onoamu when you are the self introspection waye wo hu adekra eto sin ementi side defeat we are because they the heaviest in recent times no a buy man party ana or on one kasa why assessment no.
So you see, before I ever we no so no, let's all go and admit one thing. On my way, who lose elections first one, you will have a better chance to win the next one than Obia Onkobida. It means that
depending on the party because your amanfo bi koya Dr. Edward Nasigrim ko
we are talking about MPP and
and I make say depending on the party. Also yes, I indication say MPP ni
MPP ni NDC now my way.
PNC win election or Ghana happen.
Oh, yeah, fourth Republican democracy.
And any more specifics in your
okay, in the fourth Republican democracy, you know. What will be lose elections, you know? Who more can we better enhanced to win the next elections and only mediating the one.
And also crime person mention parties.
No, me see MPP in this. Okay, you use one as a business.
All right, that's fine.
Only me are doing. What will be lose elections, you know? You have a better chance to win the next elections. Until we are even better off that we have a candidate that has lost an election already. We are better off. Do you know the advantages? In some way, you better first our candidates. No one say, ya carry. Like I told you earlier, and I deal with you 2 years in your dream power. All the things are nipana kechemunan in conform for Madrian Kosono. In the next 4 years, no. But we are somebody in our fena ebe fan crofutimu ye. The first of lose elections in the crown is what has made him better placed to win the next elections. Data and your assumption. On my way, we won't about what done. So, what you know, say, we to me lose send your no be lose that fact. Yeah, because my background number history in natural how these things pan out. Into enemy no can say losing an election in Ghana or failing to win an election in Ghana doesn't disqualify you from contesting
prerequisite.
And no more cry a prerequisite. No, that is what it means, and it makes sense. It makes sense. The Ghanaian people are not wrong with that because a moment to be assess the against the opponent. No, me honestly, I think is the way to go.
Can't it be said, be a woman power into one here?
Mamma Bakwa won't power when yada, Mambakwa MPP in DC, Mambakwa when yada, or Mumpo when ya. Omunya. This is once young Kobium. That is what I am talking about. We don't have even a single one MPP NDC or choir one penna when yada. Me say Mahama, His Excellency, 2016 elections was the biggest electoral loss as at 2016. Because before 2016, no, now even Nana Crowd just about 80,000 Elusu elections in 2008. Then I think now Mahama won with some 300,000. The 1 million vote was the biggest. Near CNDC. So okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course social be as by June the NDC. And I could for buy or the NAPCO or the free SHS or this say or CNDC 2020. Yakwa about one. Sunday dua obia wonim ni bia we ku for the picture than the profile so fellow Ghanaians. Bonipa Bakwana, Oko WhatsApp status, Obia Kufado. He was the most popular person in this country. Mahama was the most disliked person. In fact, as at 2020, now people were even wondering, say, and this is on the campaign, then on Becca. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But today, they say Mahama no about to lose 1 million. No, Wababe win election with 1.7 million. It reinforces the statistics and the data and the electoral trend of this country. It validates the fact that on my way, so we are consistent. Now we turn one semono. Now we to boase. Now we gonna for TSA on beto amount. And no nema MPP your biggest chance. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Omo mo ba fresh ni mo kra mo. And omo reduce your chances than they ono ko ba ko no we lose no. Nti janko pokra na eda na se. Say when you akwa wie lose. Now his chances are more enhanced. That is basically what our electoral record shows us. When I am miracles na eka and then assumptions data no na dey echere wo na wo ba na wo say me monto ma me ba me to me win no wo mo na wo say yen use assumption ni yen fa gidie en nante with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no ye de gidie ene nipa ene so de tumi koso ene ye kabom ne ye de kwa abato nim.
What about the issue of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono an nkrofo kra nto aba no ama no me sure say sansem no moatibi including na religious issues no kra de me nhyeda nya interesting but they mention it and no mo gi ho anu say
ukoche bia anadu enya 100% uko bole bamboya so dim say na Mahama ye MP His Excellency Mahama no ye MP ho wenya 100%. Savannah region wenya 100%. Enti there is no rule that says say wo kwa batwa obi abe support. Me feel latte for ye predominantly MPP. But when this for it is a make us me run for president. The American say me kufia me no metna say because busuafo we dey say be few mo dey anime to den kam sere mo mo fa me connect yi nyina yenim na nhye ehwe no nyam eno no boni bi eni hu ho say no boni bi no in fact eno kwa na ye nkran hye ba ndisi no ye ndisi ni wala tan say na me ndisi ni me ntoma wo eno nche say ye bobo aba no wie na say ndisi ni na nto ama me enu nti no all of a sudden e ba be yasem na wo kasa asem na ti aba wo mi wo krom omu nyina to aba ma wo omu nyina to aba ma wo there ye problem ene say wo be catch the ebinom say omu de sebe omu nim nyansa na omu abato na omu to no omu mfa omu abrabo ene omu de omu gina so omu beliefs emfa nto aba na eye bebi obi fi esoma nipa no som ene omu de to aba wo yes ade a na wo tete o man nim enti say boku anto aba amadota mamudu bwami a question a wo bisa ne say na enka ne no na MPP ye kwa omu to ma ya na so mo tuma ye dia ye be say ene bibi wo wonti ne anto ma no ba enye no kre the Boko area no enye MPP stronghold aflawo keta ketu north ketu south omo ye MPP stronghold it is ene ye kofa a candidate fi voter region ba na say a friend say sa constituency ya mabubu anto ama na na che so no wa bibi onye he it is just what it is in those areas the hope is that say ye wo free sa area ho now only kasa ebi o meden on betie but there's something that happened in 2024 as say nyina ajutum across the country MPP ya ho den so te by 10% across the country so I just say bokuo say kumase bantama say info ya ho den so ye den etie and that is why we have close over 2 million people o man ye den o man konkoto aba what it means is that there is see in the 2024 elections no it is more about other critical factors than just nipa na yeden ekoye no so I just say it is a bantama in share so swame and turn it out in their numbers say him say they be omo turn it out for MPP no na say Boko Central for omo de dada nyina omo ntoma MPP no and so and turn it out how do you want to tribalize it how do you want to tribalize it say the first Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if you want to meto amano Debbie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will still go and appeal to them it doesn't mean so come meto amano the same way another Eastern region onya between 65 and 70% when you 100% your mama when you his excellency when you 100% war savannah I don't know when you 100% because of free it doesn't work like that so what just say time time and I beg our party people stop it Jaikra it means so member say wa wo say yantoma osisi no wo no most of them are MPs yanko fa wo resource awunya no na yenhwe say ukrom kra wo ye MP no nya sen some of them lost 3,000 votes 2020 vote onya no 2024 lose 3,000 and no ye wa wo tikro nim wo ye local person e ho na wo te wo de wo campaign wo the whole time but umia ba ho once wo vote na so te by 3,000 ana wo vote so te by 3,000 wo ukrom fo our president yom and also we don't run politics like that. Politics is about one obi wo ho ade dia ne say this is the belief and ideology we say so there is nothing wrong with it obi so there oto aba based on the economic situation obi wo ho obeto aba ama MPP simply because na ne fie obi anko secondary school da MPP ba ye no mko ye dem mko secondary school enti oka DDDPO oka deyo ne dia ne say dia na minya bi da no o ma ya mame in spite of all these things, let's give people that respect. But nobody should be coerced or blackmailed to vote for a candidate because of the religion and a tribe. Okay, almost say, na say Bawumia nkasa the kai say odom vote beba. It's true. And no catch on say me a presidential candidate for my MPP. Baby, I make first ni fie. Ghana mama yesa na ye no. Esi we nuanom say we dey be fie. If you say and standing sa afana fan kan and non say abontin for me dey emefanko if any say unsa unia woma ye ninja kokofu bobo ye pass no onua you know these are normal things and no inclusion different from what we use to exclude others that is dangerous
but so you say those abilities in nyina comes to bear when we select obi a obetimi attract voter enye naturally odia what you say nti ni nyina ya de a a hallmark of obi obetimi win election e dey ama wo so obi yes analysis na onye mfumso bebre because ope obi a sebe be bia uni ahoden kra no betimi nya ahoden dia ba but to this issue of analysis here ye president ne records no de wako bi pen ya na likely say okobi mu a otimi win ne ho keka ho no say nipa no ideas ana say niema o present no senye convincing po a ofo say ebe ya adwuma saa say ene ba bia free education ba ye ne Ghana fu sua de kodru ne say the electorate more enlightened sophisticated our system no o say ebe kosa.
Yes, the enya about say o can trust that is why obekaya me kan say Ghana for to mo bo ase no mo soki wo vision no no ma compare to the wo no. So it's about the vision, it's about the plan. It's about the vision, it's about the plan. Nobody in this country will dispute the fact that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so far has articulated one of the most forward-looking ideas and strategies for his presidency.
And reaching ideas.
Because even as vice president, there is no dispute about specific interventions or the buyer impacting millions of lives. Social media, the number of CEOs amongst the young people, you'll be amazed. These people, what would they be doing without these jobs? Snapchat CEOs. Instagram. WhatsApp, Facebook. Why? Because data integration now for years, since Gold Coast near to me, you know, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia credit. If you have a country like Ghana, being the first African country to have mobile money interoperability, is it an easy thing? Which has today enabled ease of transactions across platforms. Ama e-commerce, eco-contentem. Yen kind of Ghana card that you want. Wouldn't say unique. Even the United States doesn't have the kind of card that you want. United States ID, no. It is not as integrated as our Ghana card. And it's a big deal. And the entire e-commerce eco on all these platforms. Ama young people here, you say, obi ko register the same card or the Ghana card na here. The same Ghana card now already register the bank account details. The same Ghana card now already register the company. The same Ghana card now the tax identification number. Enti say wo oba online now order dey free me ho. Na me dey suma brew na eba wo ha me wogidie say wo ye dey ya dey no me dey. Me sabeka. Number 2, okay, digital addressing system. Digital addressing system they open up sa online transaction because Anto Bawumia ba ye refi. Anto Bawumia ba ye no na ye ni ade bia obogu e fe ne say phone so na ama direction ene o ka che me say what is your mind e wo western north inti membra min bi so bia the yan so be call WhatsApp no send no location. I will drive straight to your house in this country. That is what has enhanced online transactions in e-commerce no. And these are things Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia introduced. When this country o worker obia na owu a worker ya ma no man adwoa na moje to no mewu because moje ntumi am bedru ntem ne kru ase ekọ biggest hospital no we ntumi anko dru ntem o won car no venom na ntumi anti snake we na ntumi am ntem nti wewu no sanipa no they were dying in thousands. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said there be ye kase ye be ye kwan nyina ye ntumi wie ntem ye be wie akwan nyina no ne ye nkofo ewu dodo enti ye kwan no yempe interventions ebetuma making sure say indro ebedu obia aboboa no on time ene embra omope ene okofa zipline drone we buy zipline drone no umsa fe na UK for cry bi the vice president Kamala Harris eba Ghana be kai say even the United States kra no they have been deployed such a technology and they say bibi to e wo kromu a na say drone bi ni wona emergency nobody needs to put you into an ambulance across the country. You shoot here there na be deliver wo baby FNS say wugina embra economy we call into the difficult crisis, and that's the last point I made. Difficult crisis na you struggle your currency no nam wie mu no. That's why we say, you know what, nobody should panic. Economy be anywhere and go through challenges at every point in time. After 2022, we all knew say the global economy was struggling. Yes, we had difficulties in here. What we should do is to introduce systems that ebe fix it way once and for all. So ebe ya dachi bi. Such challenges here ya buy yenye ebe bi ma or mine will not suffer the same consequences. My dream no, me jidi say idea bakwa yam messy over the years is our refusal to back our currency with our mineral resources. The amount UK pounds, Edim Kunima, now what they are cost all over the years. UK pound for the last 40 years, currency being traded that because they have the biggest reserve of gold. The only we are here. And that is what has strengthened the currency. Gold you see that's what. Yeah, that's too. Inti sada tie dia ade ne yempe kwan ye be fa so ye be back ye currency no ne yetumi ama na hoden ye kohwe ye reserve oh say a free independence be pem 2023 gold reserve ye wo e wo vote mi na 8 tons per 8 tons de eno de hadwin let's deliberately build our gold reserve. Once we build a reserve to a certain point and no make confidence about currency nim because what people realize is that reserve away there e say currency no struggle cry or backbone na what the bed what the be boost no nti ye no be didwa e no start say ye build gold reserve through the gold purchase program and on na by December within 1.5 years or say 2 years no now your gold reserve will moving from 8 tons to 30 tons. You know Dr. Baumia say hey baby you building reserve na bedru no we are about to turn the corner nti ye be to me now we have done what we call heavy lifting. I say you are sacrificing a struggle for 1.5 years. And you build a reserve, you know. Into a bet me for gold, no. Near cotton, near Giscanaba, Abegu, or mining, now my currency in aquafilm. So time, no. Unfortunately, I could IMF. IMF also say there be. Bosumi bia the total amount of money you bet to me a mamo piegum, $60 million per. Yet to mamon yambroso because we are trying to fix a certain imbalance. And no, entina yen to me an yedia NDC 4 buyer or the gold reserve near the air, no. Because the IMF controls were there. You started say ye cano. Not mo say ye boy. Mo say IMF 14 amono. I feel no so you saw the news 3 days ago. IMF 14 say you can't do that because we have an agreement. And based on agreement, if you do that, we'll not be able to get the balance that we want. Until Munja Diamoyano. What's a BOJ release statement? Now they have slowed down the push in the artificial your friend is saying reduction of the currency. And they are going to allow the real sectors of the economy to drive your currency. No? We can build more of the reserve. And yemi na meka, omampeni mahama ankasa, ebie na no ekache Ghana nyina say, dia ama your currency na hoden akosro from 2025 January till now no. E your gold reserve ay den ya building. Em na meka you. Gold reserve na ya building as we speak now. NDC4 have added barely 8 tons to the 30 tons on where they umbeto you know. It is a kase gold reserve no. And am I currency now what they are. Can you dispute the fact that it is that gold purchase program idea Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia at the buyer no? And am I CD no? And what in a page? But no, but so I'm going to say. So I'm conclude on that point. So the point I am making is that he has proven, say he has a big vision. Able to solve your problems for a longer term, and he is one that doesn't want to sacrifice that fixing of the fundamentals on the altar of politics. Because it's how they are making a way and yes sexy. And yeah, they are your body also just a one into one help to lose a battle. But so to me me now we are ne pejem baby. Wait me at Nakuyan 40 years. And that's the kind of vision Dr. Mahmoud
40 years more that's okay. So 40 years more can be after 2016 now. So
me say will be to me. Now I make customer. Me presbyterian it me so
me Sir rich ideas ya mo kan ho asem. Ye hu snippets of yes ideas in lectures. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ademaye prior to 2016 election no. Nti ebinu kra taute no target no as the economic messiah, but yemfa amemu no nsha monsa na amemu no be sha monsa be wie no sikasem no duru ba bi ahase na ase peke osi o ya lock dollar no de na safana my IGP afi be duru ba bi ade ejigu Dr. Bawumia is still in the government, but enkomodie ne ba asenye ono a aso ye bi as he is responsible, as he is not responsible, as he is not in charge. Ne ho nkeka ho. Eti ideas ne the Ghana fo hu se wo ho. Ne mum different to have rich ideas and they different to implement them. Ebema omanfo no ensaka sunsunsanso no. Sa argument no eba say and our answer no.
Respectfully, a very flawed, in fact, a very selfish argument. And omo make his arguments
with quotes near there if you want to lecture if the fundamentals are weak so ni na no
yes a very selfish argument omo yes argument ni na normally omo ye mo ho
we sure
so me ba
Ghana for do na
disam me ba be explanatory niam me bobo so nyina do you dispute any of them niam me kai say ya ye about me buy or introduce here with the government do you dispute any of them
Debbie
okay good do you dispute the fact that MPP are buying by, and one of the things that he quickly fixed and made sure that everybody will have access to education.
Education, yeah.
Great. And do you also agree, say, education is a bedrock to high productivity in every economy, and that if you don't have highly skilled citizens, at some point, the economy will say, do you agree to that? And do you agree same for health? Do you agree, say, in this country, between 1989 and 1994, industrial base and a one. Then this year buying through the diversity implementation committee, almost over 300. Do you agree to that?
And they say
what it means is that, great. What it means is that by the time Akufo-Addo Bemu in 2016, on Ghana, your industrial base it was non-existent, and yet the economy that Dr. Bawumia spoke of is an economy that is going to be based or founded on industrialization. And we had to put
so that we move from taxation
to production.
Yes,
but you don't build
when you
don't build factories in a day. And there's evidence that they were done and they were work in progress. For example, we currently have over 8 automobile assembling plants in Ghana. Is it true or not? Great.
But more effectiveness and so on. Also, discussion.
You see, industries. They are building it from 50s. ABPM 94. And this is for 300 no. Unto for 8 years, it must be progressive. And see, if the thing is there, just say it's there. Were they there? Great. So these things, they are the things you need to be able to build the fundamentals and a week. The Ghana card that today has formalized the economy, improving. They are the things you need to build the fundamentals of your economy. It is a auto boss now to Mrs. Sanyama way in area. In our better realizing who's on so on. Tesania 2023, na year bre, and so year reserve good. 2024, year qua bat one. We could have pumped all the gold we have into the economy and bring dollar down. But yes, ye bought mine FM. We waited. And this is for buy a yenya so pano. Anka MPP, now you 8 months Anka would have seen this your friend is saying effort. All I am saying is you couldn't have achieved everything. And one of the things MPP we admit, and Dr. Bawumia, every campaign we admit and say our economy has suffered damages in the past 2 years, from 2022 to 2024. And this is the plan to get it back on track. That is why when inflation went haywire, all the way to 54%, by the time near free power in 2025 January, now above to somewhere about 70% thereabout. That is why. It is because we didn't throw our hands in the air when we had the challenges. We put in place systems and programs to balance it and fix it. But you don't do it overnight. You have to institute it and allow it to run and make sure that you are disciplined about it. So it is not about what you couldn't do. It is about what you managed to do. And if you look at what you managed to do in the face of what you couldn't do, they are all you say, we say, any body I know buying. Now they are carrying to me, yɛmfa ntoto yɛnto kwam ne yɛden yɛmbra mbɛyɛ
ɛnyɛma bi ana mfa nsɛ Ghana fo esu ho ye levy betting tax fuel prices affect virtually bibia dollar rate ɛne ho keka ho aban bae within the shortest possible time no amanfo hu sɛ asesa and abasobo no ekɔ edema omampani John Dramani Mahama ne naban say money Dr. Bawumia ewo ne office and I say mo ye discussions about economy na eya de ensem na mo kan
omon sustain aden e be bompa ye sade ne say ye ba
I am surprised say we need this short time as more turning you maybe
yeah surprised because I've taken you through it. I've told you say yeah no yeah na be build gold reserve from 8 to 30
bagana for so hu ne sa
enye hwe ye mbabro anka pese ye boabro anka yan fa ngu ho anka ye de beye se na be ya mani begina mato ma ye ba ye ne sa anka ye nyina na ye bebre
enunti ade no ho na no me ye bre sa
no na ye fixe enunti na omo ba ya gidigidi omo twe from 14 eba 10 and they was akwa kodu 11 when dey akwa kodu 11 and rank one see the no depreciate by over 2.7% and rank why do you know why because now want to be in terms de bia want to be in $dollars in be hwe sa de bia want to be run economy sa o run economy say artificial ni artificial na ye say dollar no betumi aba be do 2 cedi enso na ne mabo enko fam enti dollar no paper so mo say 10 ba wo banka omo say ye ni bi this okoji abochi ho ukọ abochi say 12 13 enti a zero sum effect it is a me no watch your paper so say 10 but medical cranial mefi abrochi ababochi o kan no me turn 13 you can be reporting 10 but still at the end of the day that's what 13 why am ba fam here that is what we didn't want to do. What we wanted to do is to make sure say yebema real sector of the economy be balancing out until the inflation call 54 no yam pray ho ye to ye boss ya inflation has been coming down here this in amana down it's been coming down since the crisis from 54 up to 17 so what just here because we believe say so woman at the end year real in Ghana for nyas for so first time dollar fee 14 January I about 10 in for so be na about so mine.
Oh, sir, and amount for order cars in your day. And they will trap plane ticket in your day. Dollar no ever for more.
Ghana for the see the problem I am, no more want to say.
Yes, so for numbers of my intimate few.
But you see, when the first one is insignificant. No car dealer in a Ghana how cost $1 or $10. 10 cedis.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You was Sima Bakope.
No car dealer.
At the Fufra.
No car dealer.
APA, Dr. Mahmoud Baomi, and the second coming, and I said the second reference search for the flag bearer ship, no, or the airbar. Me person Obafasa Konya and Wakati.
And yeah, the Fufra about he being consistent, and his consistency is that let's build a more robust, formidable economy, a big creative jobs among the young people. Ubia we juma ya. Or mine punto no krabe kwenim and the way I betumi an say enye wo o mampeni na akwa bi adwuma ndwuma say na obetumi bie na mbom niema o do betoto akwa mu na nipa bebre na etumi bie ndwuma no na Ghana fo ne bie nye bie ne kese ne say yentete taxes no so emma Ghana fo yentete efe ne say yema tax regime no enye convenient ma Ghana fo and he's already spoken about the port so we make sure say port duties any Togo de ne be yepe. He's already spoken about flat tax regime. Obia tax regime no be flat. Say no be ya nduma phone between space. No more to media expand it. Na mo expand here. No more to media find pado do na aka ho.
Dennis Miracles
he has a very consistent plan
very
for this country.
Na tia rutia at I say eno no nyankopon nim di nti oye ne sa. Ye fam na na say yampofo agi nyame adom a ye be say hia da foforo bedwam ha ne di AC edamase.